Time.
If I'm here and you're here, doesn't that make it our time?
On your favorite Arkansas sports talk station. Streaming live from hitthatline.com.
There's a lot of lions, tigers, and bears, but there ain't but one razorback. Number one.
This is The Morning Rush.
Borderline erotic.
With Ty Richardson.
Sunshine. That's cool. I can dig it.
And Tommy Kraft.
Do I look happy?
What's wrong?
Lloyd!
The Morning Rush starts right now.
You know what's fun?
What's fun?
Winning. Winning arguments over your wife. Winning the prize at your place of employment. And watching your team win football games, basketball games, baseball games. Now, you haven't had a lot of that in your basketball and football team lately. But one thing you can hold true as an Arkansas Razorback fan is that Dave Van Horn is going to put out a squad worthy of your time. It's going to bring you enjoyment. It's not going to bring you pain. It's going to bring you enjoyment. And you could argue College World Series a few years back brought you pain, but there was a heck of a lot more enjoyment than pain associated with that baseball team. That's why baseball season, when it rolls around, even to the just Arkansas fans, even to the people that did not grow up playing or watching baseball, it's a sigh of relief. Because when you look at the three major sports, Arkansas football, Arkansas basketball, Arkansas baseball, it's not even close what's brought you the most joy the last couple of years. Mm-hmm. Now, it's not the most important when you look at the Arkansas basketball and Arkansas football team. It's not appreciated as much as it should across the United States, but that's what you can stay true to. That's what you can say. That's what you can wear a Razorback emblem on your chest, on your hat, wherever, and be proud. And you know that there is a level of respect around baseball season with other SEC fans when you wear that apparel. And it's opening day. So now you get to enjoy it. It is a Fast Break Friday, Tommy, presented by Harry Robinson Buick GMC.
Hey, I love talking about Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith, up to $14,000 off retail price right now. And you can enjoy that on 2020 GMC Sierra trucks. All the options and features and more head and leg room than any other truck in its class. $14,000 off on a 2020 makes it as low as $34,745. It's all at Harry Robinson Buick GMC, exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
He's Tommy Kraft. I'm Ty Richardson. This is The Morning Rush. 877-377-6963 is the number to call or text in. Always streaming live on hitthatline.com. The TuneIn app. If you have a smart speaker, just say play ESPN Arkansas. Also, our video live stream is on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Tommy, I'm not going to pretend to be the biggest baseball fan. Phil carried the show during baseball season. I'd be lying if I said his back wasn't hurting. I just kind of wheeled him up and let him go. But I'm excited for baseball season. And this team, based on what Phil's told me, based on what Bubba said, based on what you've heard from different national analysts, the different rankings that have come out, it's going to be a pretty good ball club that we'll get to see in 2020.
And it looks to be a balanced ball club with pitching and with hitting. And hopefully they can defend. That was an issue at times with some of the errors in the field. So, yeah, I think this is exciting. The thing that's exciting, I think, for the average fan, and I think we're closer to average fans, you know, but I think the baseball IQ, the baseball knowledge, there is that core, that group of hardcore fans that really get it. I think they're the folks in their upper 40s, 50s for the most part that grew up playing baseball. That love the sport, that understand the strategies, that understand, you know, a lot of what Dave's trying to do out there, and can really talk some of the inside stuff. I think the average fans like us, they love baseball because they know it's your best chance to be elite in something of the three major sports.
Of the three most we care about.
Yeah, you know, not everything other than track and field. This is it, right? So this is what people, I think, come to. And the weather, once you get past these first few weeks of the season, now, you know, it's spotty here for a while in February and March, and you don't know. But, you know, it's a warm weather, mild weather sport. I just think there's something fun about going to the ballpark. And it's fun to have a program that you can expect to be not just good, but tie elite at when you start each season. So that I think that's part of the fun with Razorback baseball is that it's like Razorback basketball in the early to mid-'90s. Every time you throw it up, you got a chance to be as good as anybody in the country. Well, that's where you're at with baseball right now. Enjoy it because you're in the heyday, and there will come a day where Arkansas baseball is not what it is right now.
94 basketball team, if I remember correctly, their only losses that season were to Kentucky in the SEC tournament, Alabama on the road by 1, and then Mississippi State on the road right now. I'm trying to go back. I think that is correct. Baseball team, the only series they lost was to Ole Miss, and they avenged that last year in the Super Regional. And that was a wild Super Regional game or Super Regional series. It was fun to watch, and you're just excited about this season. You're excited that Connor Nolan, an Arkansas guy, is your Friday night guy at this point. He's apparently improved his velocity according to him, Dave Van Horn, Phil Elson. So that's going to be really excited to watch. You're excited to see some of the bullpen guys step up. You're excited to see Robert Moore, Dayton Moore's son, Kansas City general manager, I think he just turned 18, and he's starting at second base already. Basically, it should still be in high school. It's incredible to see that already take hold. I mean, there's just so many storylines, so many things going on with this baseball team right now. So I'm excited, and so many other people are excited as well. All right, let's move on from baseball. Let's get into some quick-hitting headlines presented by Williams Tractor.
Yeah, New Holland Dealer Days are going on right now at Williams Tractor in Fayetteville, Berryville, and Bobcat of Northwest Arkansas and Rogers. 0% financing, other cashback savings are available right now to you on New Holland hay tools, forage equipment, and other New Holland products that you can buy right now. And if you're thinking about trading in, now is the time. It's New Holland Dealer Days at Williams Tractor in Fayetteville, Berryville, or Bobcat of Northwest Arkansas in Rogers.
24/7 sports recruiting editor Brandon Huffman called Malik Hornsby one of the top 10 playmakers of the 2020 class. You heard Sam Pittman earlier this week on Paul Feinbaum with Peter Burns. Really excited about him. Kendall Bry. I mean, there's been so many people, whether it's coaches, national analysts, fans. They're really excited to see this kid play. I don't know if he'll play this year, Tommy, but he's definitely someone to watch down the road at the quarterback position for Arkansas.
Yeah, I think this absolutely changes the future direction, and it makes, I think, everybody wonder who wins out after what we're considering to be Felipe Franks winning this job this year, KJ Jefferson or Hornsby. And I think we've all, for up until the last few weeks, considered this job, the future of the job, to be KJ Jefferson. Now we're all saying, no, wait a minute. After we've read more about Hornsby and he's entered the equation, the whole dynamics could be changing with transfer portals and everything that you can tap into as a player and as a recruiting coach. Who knows what's going to happen here?
Moses Moody will be in attendance for tomorrow's game against Mississippi State. That was reported by Kevin McPherson at AR Hoop Scoop on Twitter. This is your highest recruited kid in the class out of North Little Rock. Now attends Monteverde Academy. They went 25-0 in the regular season. Won by an average of, it was either 39 or 19 points. It was a high differential. 25-0 again in the regular season. The number one team in high school basketball. And he's going to be on your campus on Saturday, Tommy.
Yeah, and a guy that you feel like is another one of these future of your program kind of guys. A guy that until you had a change in head coach was not coming to your program. Had moved out of state for prep school. You felt like you had zero shot of getting him. And It's amazing what just a change in coach did there.
Couple award list updates. Mason Jones has made the top 30 for the midseason Naismith Trophy list. That's the given to the best college basketball player. So we'll see if he can turn his two-game skid around against Mississippi State and put his name really back in contention for that award. Not only that award, for the SEC Player of the Year award as well. Casey Martin, Heston Kerstad, they've been named to the Golden Spikes Award watch list given to the best player in college baseball. Andrew Benintendi won that award back in 2015. 877-377-6963 is the number to call or text in. We have Scott Tabor coming up talking baseball at 8 o'clock. Lane Whitman talking horse racing at about 8:30 or so. A lot more coming up on the Morning Rush. Stay with us.
This is Fast Break Friday. Presented by Harry Robinson Buick GMC in Fort Smith.
The 2020 GMC Sierras are here. Save up to $14,000 off at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The 2020 GMC Sierra Crew Cab has the best in-class head and leg room. And with $14,000 off, it's as low as $34,745. And 2019 Buick Encores, the hottest selling Buick model, only $17,999. Sweetheart deals on GMC Sierras and Buick Encores at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
Bush Machine and Tractor at 7301 0 Street in Fort Smith is your one-stop shop for tractors, lawnmowers, and implements. Choose from Massey Ferguson, Branson, and TYM tractors. Implements from Woods, Battle Armor, and Modern Ag. Find a Gravely commercial mower and get the job done mile after mile and season after season. Bush Machine and Tractor is your #1 Branson dealer in Arkansas and works on all brands of tractors and mowers. Come see us or check out all our inventory at bushtractor.com.
Have you ever dipped a grilled cheese sandwich into tomato soup? This is Scott from Calico County, and right now we are offering you the chance to do just that at a special price. You can now have our own house-made tomato soup paired with one of our 4 different grilled cheese sandwiches. Doesn't that sound good? And Calico County is introducing convenient pickup service using online ordering with the Chow Now app or at our website, calicocounty.net. So roll on into Calico County, just off Rogers Avenue behind Randall Ford.
Hi, I'm Greg Magnus, and I'm running for Sebastian County Circuit Judge.
We've been all around Sebastian County asking voters who they're supporting for Circuit Judge, and this is what we're hearing.
Greg Magnus.
Oh, Greg Magnus, of course.
Greg Magnus has practiced law in Fort Smith for 25 years and has the integrity and knowledge of the law that will make him an outstanding judge.
Greg possesses a great deal of knowledge, experience, character, and integrity.
Your vote is important. My name is Greg Magnus, and I'm asking for your vote on March 3rd.
Ad paid for by the committee to elect Greg Magnus.
Wave Rural Connect is bringing state-of-the-art fiber, internet, TV, and phone services right into your home. Get amazing fast fiber internet, 100 megabits for only $49.95 per month, or 1 gigabit for only $79.95 per month. TV packages from the basics to our amazing altered TV, starting at $32.95. Fiber phone services start at $29.95. Go to waveruralconnect.com to find out if we are installing in your area, or call 1-833-4-WAVE-RC. Arkansas Valley Electric Cooperative and Wave Rural Connect, changing the communities we serve.
I'm proud to say I was born and raised in Crawford County. For the past 15 years, I've represented thousands of clients in legal disputes throughout the River Valley and in the state of Arkansas. Governor Hutchinson even appointed me to serve as a special justice on the Arkansas Supreme Court. I have the commitment, experience, and leadership to be your next prosecuting attorney. I'm Kevin Holmes. I'd love to have your support, but most importantly, I'm asking for your vote on March the 3rd.
Political ad paid for by Kevin Holmes for prosecuting attorney.
Sophia and Chris Garcia came to Arvest Bank looking to get a home loan. Let's hear what happens.
Chris and Sophia, thanks for choosing me as your lender in the Arvest Home for Me app. And now...
There's more paperwork to do.
Nope, I got the info you sent through the app. And now...
We wait to hear from someone at your main office.
No, now you're pre-qualified and ready to find your new home.
Wow.
And I'll be with you every step of the way.
That's...
helpful.
Very helpful.
Home loans made easy. Arvest Bank, ready to help. Equal housing lender.
New Bud Light Seltzer, huh?
Yep.
And it tastes like a hard seltzer, not a beer?
Yep.
So it's light and refreshing?
Yep.
With a hint of fruit flavor?
Yep.
And 100 calories?
Yep.
You said this is Bud Light Seltzer?
Yep.
Well, I need to try it.
Yep.
Oh, that tastes great.
Yep.
Now, wait, are you just yupping me?
Nope.
Bud Light Seltzer, unquestionably good. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Seltzer, IRC Beers, beer in Texas, St. Louis, Missouri.
Well, the new year is in full swing and it's business as usual. But it doesn't have to be. If you're stuck with an old phone system or an old slow internet connection, chances are the technology curve has passed you by. Why not let Pinnacle Telecom help you get back up to speed? With lightning fast fiber internet connections and IP phone systems, Pinnacle Telecom can ensure you're not left behind. Get 4 new IP phones for as little as $99 per month. Check us out at pinnacletelecom.com. Pinnacle Telecom, tomorrow's technology today.
Hi folks, Larry Rath here with a better way to drive at Rath Auto Resources. 2020 is a leap year. That means you get a whole extra day to save up to $2,900 off of retail value on my best Rath Road Ready inventory selection ever. Don't settle for the usual used car. Let my team of non-commissioned solution specialists help you find the Rath Road Ready vehicle that's perfect for you. And you'll get special pricing up to $2,900 below retail value. Waiting on a tax refund? Just bring your W-2 and let us show you how you can start driving better now. If you're planning on keeping your current ride for a while, we can help with your maintenance and repair needs in our Meineke Car Care Center with buy 3, get 1 free on all tires and a basic oil change for only $24.95 every day. It's still a short month, so don't wait. Limber up and leap into a new ride with great savings, killer selection, and the personal service you've come to expect from your friends at Rath Auto Resources. A better way to drive. 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith, or online at rathauto.com.
Requires bank approval. Vehicle purchase price affects trade allowance.
ESPN 95.3. The Morning Rush with Ty Richardson and Tommy Kraft.
Line drive. Nesbitt comes up. Got it. Why not? What a beautiful play to end it. Here comes the hog pile off to Omaha. For the 10th time, the Arkansas Razorbacks.
Just say, Alexa, play ESPN Arkansas.
ESPN Arkansas from TuneIn.
It's a pivotal next couple weeks, next month or so for Arkansas sports in a number of different areas. We're going to get into that in just a sec. First, I want to tell you about what's going on at Crabtree RV with Lee J in the gang.
Yeah, 70th anniversary sale continues with RV show pricing till the end of the month. So if you missed out on the recent RV boat and outdoor show, don't worry. You can still get to Crabtree RV and get the same RV show pricing. They've also got lots of great local trade-ins they took in during the show that you can save on as well. It's the 70th anniversary sale through the end of the month with RV show pricing at Crabtree RV in Alma. Exit 13 off of I-40. Crabtree RV, it's where your family's dreams come true.
Again, we got Scott Tabor coming up at 8 o'clock, former Arkansas baseball player. And Tommy, you got a few thingamajigs over there, I think.
Yeah, well, they're baseball tickets for today.
Where are they at?
Section 106, row H, which is pretty much behind home plate. The section over from behind home plate, between the first base dugout and home plate. And row 8.
I don't know.
Row H.
I know tickets are scared because I believe that Dave Van Horn said at the Swatters Club that they sold close to 7,000 reserved seats. So that goes to show you that it's going to be packed out Baum Walker Stadium.
You think it'll be packed today? Weather's in the 40s.
I've talked to a few people that are taking off work. They've been planning this to take off work for quite some time. They moved it up. For those who don't know, have not heard about the game time change. Airtime here on ESPN Arkansas at 1:30. Phil and Bubba will have the pregame for you, and then the actual game start will be at 2 o'clock today.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that because I was talking with someone yesterday that was going, and they didn't know that it had moved up. And I said, yeah, it's up an hour, which helps a lot of folks because Valentine's Day, they were going to go and watch, first 4, 5, 6 innings, whatever they could, because then they had to move on because kids got stuff at high school. I mean, high school games are going on. Kids, this particular person's daughter's, in a dance team at a high school, so cheerleader type deal. So had to be back for that. So gives everybody another hour to probably get another 2 to 3 innings in. So it helps everybody. Plus, you can get on to your Valentine's dinner or whatever you got planned for tomorrow or for tonight.
I think that, and this is regardless if the wife's a sports fan, the husband's a sports fan, but the Valentine's gift for either spouse, if the other one's a sports fan, should let them go to the game today. Let them have the half day off. Let them go. If you don't want to go, that's fine.
Yeah.
Just let them go.
My wife would be A-okay with that as long as she didn't have to go.
Which is fine. As long as
she would not want to sit in. And it's not going to be miserable, but it's going to be mid-40s today. And if the wind picks up, it could be uncomfortable. If there's not much wind, it'll be okay to sit out there. You can bundle up.
That's what the fireball's for, Tommy.
Well,
you bundle up. Come on.
That's how you bundle up?
You used to be young once. You used to drink that.
Used to be.
That terrible alcohol that tastes
Fireball?
Good.
Still drink that. Keep it in the freezer.
Do you actually?
Yeah.
All right, the word kindred spirits more than I thought.
Yeah,
I'm surprised. I am actually surprised hearing that. I know we've known each other for a little over a year and a half because you've never once talked about Fireball on this program or outside of this program.
How do you think I tolerate you so well?
I drink it every morning.
That's exactly right.
Have a glass every morning. So
during the commercial breaks, I go in my desk drawer and I get a nip.
That's probably smart.
Yeah.
All right, but again, Tommy, we're going to give those tickets away after Scott Tabor's interview, a little after 8 o'clock today. And again, like Tommy said, these are great seats behind O Plate. We got 2 of them. We know how packed out it is. this year with season tickets. So we are going to gift you. We are givers here on the Morning Rush. We're gonna give away a couple tickets later in the 8 o'clock hour today. So the basketball team's got a big game on Saturday against Mississippi State. Obviously, it's opening day in baseball. Spring practice is next month in football. It's really a combination because so many people want to pay attention to what's going on in Arkansas sports. This is the dead period is like June, July. This is not the dead period right now for Arkansas sports, Tommy.
No, this is kind of a convergence of the three. And I think people are very excited. We've been talking a lot of football, mainly because recruiting, I think, has exceeded expectations. Not that it's nationally leading any kind of categories other than come from behind maybe. But, we've been talking a lot. I think people are excited about the direction. I think people are going to be excited about seeing this team, even though it's inner squad, even though it's practices, see what this coaching staff does and see what they can take away from spring football. I think people are very excited about it.
And if I remember the dates correctly, March 16th is when spring practice starts. April 25th is where they're going to have the spring game. You got to pay attention. Obviously, people are going to be focused on that. And it's incredible how many fans are just locked in to spring practice. And I think that number's going to be amplified, Tommy, in the fact you have a new coach, you have a new starting quarterback who, I say new, unless KJ I just think the incumbent quarterback is going to be Felipe Franks. I would be blown away, and Clay said he'd be surprised yesterday. We were talking about this. I would be floored, blown away, pick a word to describe it, shocked if Felipe Franks is not your opening day starter come fall, right? What's your take on that? Are you maybe something will transpire in the spring or in the summer when Malik gets here that will completely change my perspective. But at this point, on February 14th, on Valentine's Day, Felipe's, I think, your guy.
So you just written off KJ Jefferson. What's his future?
Pretty much. Well, no, I mean, but it's this year. I mean, maybe, I don't know what Bryles, I'd have to go back and watch some of Baylor and Houston stuff because, I don't know, obviously my dad's a big-time Baylor fan, go to school there. I don't remember them running too many two-quarterback systems. It was like Petty, Florence. I'm trying to think of the other quarterback they had, but I don't remember them running multiple packages for different guys. Now, he was creative. Their offense was as creative as it gets, but I don't remember them using two quarterbacks. Yeah. But that's that's way off. We have months upon months.
I just don't want to dive into the idea that, Felipe Franks, we said the same thing last year with Starkel and all these other. Well, they wouldn't transfer here if they weren't guaranteed to be the starter. You got to go out and earn the job. And I think this coaching staff will mold and do whatever they have to do to make the best offense fit and work for the talent they got. I think that's what's going to happen. The strength of the team should be wide receivers, right? Wide receivers and Rakeem Boyd at running back. That should be the strength of the offense, not the team, the offense.
You hope so.
Is that fair? Is that accurate? I think so.
I mean, if it's your quarterback, then you're pretty happy. Pretty happy. Razorback,
I think you're going to try to build something to help get the ball to those guys. Feed the studs. Hey, we're brought to you by World of Wireless, 877-305-DISH. Great weekend to make the move to World of Wireless right now. They'll get you installed with a local crew that can have it done before the weekend is up. A $100 Visa gift card. Be perfect for Valentine's Day. Plus, you'll get whole home DVR, a 2-year price guarantee, even ask about 4K service in every room. That's 877-305-DISH for WOW World of Wireless.
Eric Musselman met with the media yesterday. We'll talk about what he said next on the Morning Rush.
This is Fast Break Friday. Presented by Harry Robinson Buick GMC in Fort Smith.
You have work to do. You need a tractor that helps get it done. TYM has the full range of tractors designed to meet the task. With the TYM easy-to-use controls and features, switching from one job to another is easy. And with the full range of models from 19 horsepower to 105 horsepower turbo, there is a TYM tractor that's right for the job and for you. But you can't buy a TYM tractor just anywhere. It's only sold at authorized TYM dealers like Bush Tractor, 7301 South Zero, Fort Smith.
The Toyota Tundra and Tacoma. Load them up and take off on your next epic weekend. Toyota trucks are made to go anywhere and do all the things you love doing. And when your day winds down, one thing is for sure.
Let's come back next weekend.
Absolutely nothing sounds better than an amazing weekend made possible by the virtually indestructible Toyota Tundra and Tacoma.
Qualified buyers can get 0% APR financing for 72 months on a new 2020 Toyota Tundra Special Edition. Toyota, let's go places. Visit buyatoyota.com for details. Offers available in select states and N3-220.
I am Diana Ladd, and I'm running for Sebastian County Circuit Court Judge. I am 51 years old, and I am a Christian. I've been married to Jeff for 20 years, and we have 2 children. For 29 years, my passion has been helping families in crisis. Much of this judgeship will involve family law cases. My legal practice emphasis has always been family law, and I have served as special judge numerous times. Family law cases should be heard by someone with the right experience and integrity, and by someone who understands parenting. I am that person.
Paid for by the committee to elect Diana Ladd, Circuit Judge.
Attention Arkansas Valley Electric Cooperative members. Do you need a better internet provider? One who treats you like a member and not a number? Then check out our new fiber internet services from Wave Rural Connect. We are bringing state-of-the-art, high-speed fiber internet, TV, and phone services right into your home. If you are an Arkansas Valley Electric Cooperative member, go to waveruralconnect.com to sign up. That's waveruralconnect.com or call 1-833-4WAVE-RC. Arkansas Valley Electric Cooperative and Wave Rural Connect, changing the communities we serve.
Celebrate the Pockets Full of Presidents event with Road Chevrolet. Find monumental savings on new 19 Chevy Blazer front-wheel drive RS models, now $6,000 off MSRP. Or new 20 Chevy Silverado 1500 Crew Cab Customs, now $36,499 at Road Chevrolet, conveniently located at Exit 2A off I-540 in Van Buren, or roadchevy.com. Chevy, find new roads. With approved credit plus tax, title, license, and dealer fees, not all qualify. See dealer for details. Ends 3/2/20.
Breeden RV is giving away $25,000. That's right, 25 grand. We're giving away $1,000 to the first 25 sold customers from February 10th through February 29th. Come see the area's best selection of motorhomes, fifth wheels, travel trailers, and get RV show pricing as well as free maintenance for life. We need your trade, so we'll pay top dollar, or we can even sell it on consignment. Get the best campers, free maintenance for life, and your share of $25,000 only at Breeden RV, 5603 Alma Highway in Van Buren, where your adventures begin.
Do you own apartment complexes, condos, and rental property? Then you have made a great investment. Now make another great decision by calling Trinity Multifamily to help you maximize your return. Trinity Multifamily offers full-service property management, marketing, leasing, sales, and all the services to make your cash flow. Take the hassles and frustrations out of ownership and call Trinity Multifamily at 479-452-1817 or online at trinitymultifamily.com. Trinity Multifamily, your teammate in the real estate game.
Hi, I'm Greg Magnus, and I'm running for Sebastian County Circuit Judge.
We've been all around Sebastian County asking voters who they're supporting for Circuit Judge, and this is what we're hearing.
Greg Magnus. Oh, Greg Magnus, of course.
Greg Magnus has practiced law in Fort Smith for 25 years and has the integrity and knowledge of the law that will make him an outstanding judge.
Greg possesses a great deal of knowledge, experience, character, and integrity.
Your vote is important. My name is Greg Magnus, and I'm asking for your vote on March 3rd.
And paid for by the committee to elect Greg Magnus.
This is Mark Hurst. How important is your smile? I recently read a study that said 61% of adults are attracted to someone by their smile alone. Another said that 48% of adults have untagged themselves from a photo on Facebook because of their smile. At Hurst Family Dental Care, we want you to be proud of your smile. Give us a call at 474-1972 and let us talk to you about improving your smile with cosmetic dentistry options ranging from in-office bleaching to braces to porcelain crowns and veneers. Hurst Family Dental Care, a name you know and a name you can trust.
What does that mean?
It means they are the best of the best.
Okay.
It means that Jody'sAuto.com was voted by the people that deal with them,
their customers,
as best at first getting the car in one of their 3 shops, quickly finding out what was wrong with it, fixing it right the first time, and charging the customers a fair price for the repairs.
Getting it in, getting it out quickly at a fair price. Huh.
Real simple. Jody'sAuto.com. Best of the best.
Jody'sAuto.com. One stop for the best tire brands at the best prices, price match guarantee, and these folks know tires. 3 oil change specials. One stop for all services, all repairs, all maintenance, towing, and fleets. 3 locations, 2 in Fort Smith and 1 in Van Buren. When you have made up your mind to live by 3 words, do what's right, being voted by your customers best of the best is quite an honor. Convenience and trust since 1984. Jody'sAuto.com, best of the best.
ESPN 95.3. The Morning Rush with Ty Richardson and Tommy Kraft.
Kirsten has a chance to win the game. And he will. Base hit to right center. Washington Jr. will turn third and score. The Hogs have walked it off with a 3-2 win over Eastern Illinois. And let the celebration begin for Kirsten. The water bath will commence.
Video streaming live on Facebook, Periscope, and YouTube.
Welcome back into the Morning Rush. 877-377-6963 is the number to call or text. And we're going to get to Eric Musselman's audio in just a sec. And coincidentally, it's Fast Break Friday, Tommy.
Yeah, it's your last chance to save on remaining 2019 Buick Encores. Right now, only $17,999. These are brand new 2019 Buick Encores for under $18,000, and they won't last long at this price. It includes a 4-year, 50,000-mile bumper-to-bumper warranty. That's Buick Encores, 19 models, under $18,000 at Harry Robinson Buick GMC, exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
So a lot of you were very concerned after not just the loss, but the lopsided loss against Tennessee this past weekend. And, excuse me, not this past weekend, on Tuesday night. And it was a little concerning to me. This is the first time that this team has really been blown out all season long. Nate Allen asked Eric Musselman about that, and this is how he answered.
Number one, because I just looked it up, 8 of 14 SEC teams since Saturday, that's Saturday, February 8th, have lost by double digits. So if 8 out of 14 have done it, and so I only bring that up because, I do think that with these games coming at you, travel can affect you, and it's going to happen throughout, 30 games.
Tommy, one of the reasons that Arkansas net ranking has been so high despite losing out on some games they probably should have won is because of the losses, the close losses. Let me mind you. So the blowout loss put them to 43 in the net rankings last time I checked. I'll double check that again, but that's where they were last time I checked. They got a chance at a quad one win this weekend against Mississippi State at home. Mississippi State is a top 50 team in the net rankings, and I know in years past your brain has been taught to think about RPI, BPI, and all these different statistics.
Mm-hmm.
The only statistical category that matters now concerning NCAA tournament hopes is the net ranking. Don't pay attention to anything else.
Is it the only thing, or is it the main thing? I think strength of schedule. Your record obviously still matters.
I'm just telling you what they have told us.
Well, I don't think it's the only thing, but I think you're right. It is the number one thing. Wins still matter. That's what matters as much as anything.
But all that ties into
I get it, but it's not the only thing. If not, there wouldn't be a need for a committee. You just go 1 through 64, 1 through whatever after you get your automatic qualifiers. But your point is valid. Bottom line is Arkansas just got to start winning games. I mean, they're in a free fall right now. And here's a chance, as you say, to get a Q1 victory at home. You got to do it. And you can draw the line when Arkansas started this spiral to when Isaiah Joe started having knee problems. He played on a bad knee, 2, maybe 3 games? May have been longer because that's when we knew about it at least. Mm-hmm. And who knows how long it had been a problem for him before we were alerted or told about it as fans and media. And then obviously we know he had it scoped and cleaned up. That's when this team has went sideways since then. I mean, it's no secret what's going on here. Mason Jones can't carry the load by himself, and there's just not enough depth on this team there's no one coming off the bench to replace Isaiah Joe. Mm-hmm. He's that good a player. There's just not anyone that's even close to him that you can put in the lineup to replace him.
So Arkansas's moved up to 44. They've dropped 1 spot since earlier this week, so they're now 44 the net rankings. Yep. Mississippi State is at 49. You mentioned Isaiah Joe. Eric Musselman gave an update on the former Fort Smith Northside Grizzly.
I have not talked to Mark today. It's still, Mark is pretty on top of it. Normally he would text me if there was anything of note. He actually texts sometimes when there's nothing of note, just to be overly good communicator that he is. I haven't heard anything, so to me it's still out indefinitely. I mean, he's not practicing. He's not, he hasn't jogged with us. He hasn't done a walkthrough with us. We don't even see him, to be honest. He's been doing rehab. Even yesterday in study hall, he got all his academic stuff done, and he was with Mark again doing something.
A ways off, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, he's definitely. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, unless I can't imagine we have anything changing over the next 4 days or 5 days or whatever.
So you look at the games coming up, Tommy. Saturday, tomorrow, Mississippi State at Florida on Tuesday, which I believe would be exactly 2 weeks, because was it the 4th? It was Tuesday against Auburn where he had the surgery, I think. And so that would put him in exactly 2 weeks at Florida. Then you would take on Missouri the following Saturday, then Wednesday at Tennessee. I think we're both under the impression that maybe in between Florida and Missouri he'll be cleared, but we don't know 100%. I mean, these are, first of all, Tommy and I didn't go to medical school. Second of all, we don't have, these are, it's not, players react to different things, right? Some players come back from ACLs 9 months later, some come back from 6 months later. It's just how your body reacts to whatever.
Yeah, and I think he'll be back for the Missouri game. Here's my question. Do the wins or losses, and if the losses start mounting, affect your decision on when to bring him back? Do you rush him back more if you have more losses? Or if you have more losses, do you say, shut it down, turn him, let's just make sure he is 1,000% for next year. I don't think the injury's that bad that that's really a consideration, but you wonder the further this goes, because let's be honest, the further this goes, the less likely he is to come back to play a handful of games.
Mm-hmm. I think that's almost
obviously the sooner the better, because this team needs him. But you just wonder if this carries on 4 to 5 weeks versus 2 to 3 weeks. What is the likelihood of him getting back on the floor at all this year?
I think what you just laid out is more the NBA way of thinking. I think Isaiah wants to play.
Well, sure.
I mean, but he can't, obviously, with what he's going through with his knee and stuff. And we saw him when he tried to play on it. He wasn't effective. And so they had the knee scope, the arthroscopic, I have to say that slow so I don't butcher it, arthroscopic surgery, still did. And now it's just a wait and see. But you bring up a good point. If this team continuously slides, and again, they've lost 6 of the last 7 conference games, the question is, and I don't think Muss wants to rush him back regardless. He wants him to be ready. Obviously, Mark O'Neal, the trainer, wants him to be fully healthy, so he's ready to go. Because the last thing you want is for something to re-aggravate, re-injure that, Tommy. He needs to be fully cleared, fully vetted, fully ready to go before he steps back on that floor.
Absolutely. And because here's why that's important is, and again, I think it's really important to understand, he just had it cleaned up. There was no strain. There was no tear. This was not something that there was this was just cleaning up some loose cartilage or whatever was in it. This was not a structural issue from what we heard. But it's just like, I always equate it to this. When you have a knee problem, or particularly because those are your wheels, man. I mean, when you get out there, you got to know that when you plant, cut, run, turn, whatever, it's going to work. It's going to go. I equate it to this. You ever driven a car that had a problem that it would die on you? You like pull out in the intersection and it'd sputter or it wouldn't go?
Yes.
Okay. How many times do you have to pull out and nearly get killed turning left across 5 lanes of traffic till you don't want to drive that car anymore, right? You're always a little skittish.
Apprehensive.
Apprehensive is a better word. I would think coming off of a knee, or if you got an ankle problem, any kind of injury below the waist that affects the way you run, cut, turn, do anything you got to do to be an athlete.
Mm-hmm.
It's in your head, man. And you got to know 1,000%. If I stop and plant, I think it's the same thing for a football player, basketball, anybody, any athlete, that, hey, this thing's good and I'm not going to blow out my knee. I don't think this is the kind of injury you really worry about that. He's not coming off ACL reconstruction here.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a little knee cleanup. Not even a meniscus deal. This is, I think, about as minor as it can get when it comes to anything you have done with the knee.
We almost need to get Dr. Hyman here to
he's probably listening
explain
now.
it.
Yeah.
It's better, because I think there's been question marks, because we honestly should just for like 2 minutes just have him explain it to us, because when radio hosts, writers, TV people, when they try and explain injuries are trying to explain someone's health and they're not aware and they don't have the knowledge enough to go into depth enough about it, that's when you get wrong intel, wrong information passed out to fans. That's why we're being as light on it as possible, because we don't have all the answers. Like John L. Smith, I got no answers.
I'm just saying you want to be confident when you pull out.
No, 100%.
When you pull out, you know what the car dying as you're turning left, and here comes a Mack truck.
Yeah.
Same thing. These guys don't want to be running down the floor, getting ready to make a transition layup, transition dunk, and you're worried about that stop, plant, jump for a shot, dunk, whatever, and the last thing subconsciously you want to be thinking about at all is a knee. And that's part of this process, is building that back mentally as much as it is physically.
What is the worst injury you've ever had?
I've had I've never broken anything, knock on wood. I've never torn anything. I've had some bad rolled ankles. It's about as bad as I've had. And I'm going to tell you, yeah, I've been lucky. If you ever have a shoulder problem, our buddy Scott Tabor, who's going to be on in a little while, he just had shoulder reconstruction surgery. I had dinner with him about 2 weeks ago. He's in one of them deals, and that's a tough, rough deal.
So I'm just going to take a gander and say it was with his pitching arm, right?
Yes, I believe it. I believe it was his right.
I would be
right side.
very surprised if it was his non-pitching arm.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, those are some tough deals.
That surprises me. You haven't done anything but been reffing and stuff. When did you? Okay, so like high school wise, I know you told me. Did you stop ninth grade when you started?
Yep.
Okay.
I entered the radio booth my sophomore year.
Okay. Yeah, I think I stopped playing.
Literally, I mean, I was doing games at my high school. Play-by-play, color, that type of my sophomore year.
I tore my ACL in a church league basketball game, and it was awful. And so, you want to talk about being apprehensive. Every time that I lace up and play pickup basketball, I got the 2 ankle braces and I got the knee. Yeah. Everyone looks at me like, you should probably hang it up. It's like, I still want to play.
Wally weekend.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's just...
But it's in your mind, isn't it?
No, it is.
Why do you do that? Because mentally you struggle with it.
It stays with you, and hopefully when Isaiah does come back, he'll be ready to go and he'll be fully vetted to go.
Hey, happy Valentine's Day to everyone out there. Being a dad is one of the most important jobs. One of the fun things about Valentine's Day is getting the kids balloons and candy and seeing the smiles on their face. That could be one great thing you could do today to inspire, to instruct, to draw closer together the family, and have a positive interaction between fathers and families today. Hey, no matter how difficult your family situation may be, a little encouragement, mentoring, and simply being there can help you be the kind of dad your child needs and deserves. Learn more, visit arbetterdads.com. Again, that's arbetterdads.com. This brought to you by the Arkansas Division of Workforce Services and TANF.
My dad called me at 7 o'clock on Monday night, Tommy, and was trying to get me to listen to this podcast, and it was his joke because he knew The Bachelor came on at 7 o'clock. But I'll tell you, let me tell you something. Because of what's been going on the radio station lately, I have not, and because of all the hard work, the blood, sweat, and tears I've put in the last couple of days, I have not watched the last. I have not watched the last 2 weeks because I've been so busy.
You have been busy.
That shows dedication. That one of my favorite shows on television, because of one Madison Pruitt, I have not gotten a chance to watch yet. So I'm gonna probably binge watch on Sunday.
Well, there you go.
And it also, when John moved out, I canceled our cable because I didn't want to fully pay for it instead of split it, so I haven't had TV in the house either. Yeah. Well, I mean, come on. You know how I was back in the day.
Oh, I know.
I'm not making as much money as you are now, buddy.
No.
All right, let's move on.
You are not.
Yeah. Let's keep going to Mississippi State. So this is what Eric Musselman had to say about the Bulldogs tomorrow.
Reggie Perry, we can start with Perry's 15 free throws attempted. His 26 points and 13 rebounds is a concern. Mississippi State taking 31 free throws attempted, a concern. Mississippi State being plus 10 on the glass, a concern. Mississippi State having 11 offensive rebounds, a concern. Mississippi State having 4 players in double digits, a concern. Is that enough?
We'll get into some more Mississippi State talk coming up, but I wanted to go back to this statistic I found. They are second in the country, Tommy, in offensive rebounding. That's a big reason, Reggie Perry.
Yeah, I mean, this is the guy that was the biggest factor in the game when you lost at Mississippi State. This is the guy you got to neutralize with one less player at your disposal this weekend. The question is who steps up. I think that the timing of the situation you're in with Isaiah Joe and the fact that you can't play the 5-guard lineup and the fact that you're going to have to start Bailey and Chaney together kind of works in your favor. This unfortunate situation as far as the way you need to set the lineup works well, right? Because you need your two biggest guys, your best two big guys on the floor to kind of set the tone early with this guy. And that's what you're going to do because I assume you're not going to bring a guard off the bench again. J5 probably will come off. That's what we've seen recently. Now, he may shake things up. Now, we saw Mason Jones come off the bench, but that was for another reason altogether the other night. I assume Chaney and Adriel Bailey will both be in the lineup, and I think that's important. I think what's really important is how many minutes those two guys can get in this game and stay out of foul trouble and do their best to neutralize as best as possible Reggie Chaney down low. Defensively, how those two play and then getting help defense from any of the guards is going to be just maybe the most critical thing in this game, I think.
Musk touched on that during the press conference. He said those two guys fouled a lot, not just them, but other players fouled a lot on Reggie Chaney on non-scoring plays. Now, there's a difference from preventing a dunk, preventing a layup, to just a silly foul. And based on what Eric Musselman said in the press conference yesterday, which you haven't listened to it, Andy did a great job. It's at hitthatline.com or our YouTube page. You'll find that he said a lot of the times where they foul. And Reggie knocked, I think, 15 to 16 free throws in the previous game. He's a good free throw shooter. So hopefully this team, especially at home, will play a lot smarter on defense. And that's been another thing, Tommy. We can talk about the free throws. We can talk about the lack of offense. But one of the things you look at is this team, defensively, they've been pretty good for the year. They've tailed off a little bit, still the number one three-point defending team in the country, but they fouled so much a lot lately. You can blame the refs, you can say the tired legs, but they got to play without their hands and start just playing some better defense, and Eric Musselman said that.
You said it perfectly. Quit playing with your hands, play better with your feet. Their help defense and the way they're shuffling their feet and moving to the spot and being there legally has changed. That's what's different with this team, as they're not playing defense, technical defense, as well as they were 30 days ago.
It's because they're more tired and there's more talent that they're playing against, right?
I think it's the second part more than anything.
What did I say? I don't remember what
more
you said.
More tired and then playing better talent more consistently.
Yeah.
More. I mean, when you move out of the non-conference portion into consistently playing the level you're playing at in the SEC week in, week out, night in, night out, teams get exposed. And it's not just Arkansas. I mean, Kentucky's gone through it. LSU the last 10 days has seen it. Auburn's had their runs with it. The problem is Arkansas had an injury that they could not afford, and this has just prolonged this spiral here.
Yeah, the Isaiah Joe injury has impacted them more than I think we even realized. And I asked the question the other day, does that mean his draft stock is even more elevated than the fact that this team has been so much different without him? I cannot stress enough, even if he's not having his best shooting night, how important he is on both ends of the floor. His underrated defense, his ability to draw defenders and cause attention wherever he is on the floor, and spacing. Doug asked on our Facebook live stream, what's the deal with us needing to warm up 3 to 4 minutes before we can make a shot? Well, Doug, I'll tell you one of the reasons. Those first 3 to 4 minutes, you typically have your big lineup in. As much as Adriel Bailey's improved his three-point shooting, he's shooting 40+%, and he's taking a lot of good threes, not bad threes, you don't have spacing on the floor. Now, if Isaiah's there and May's there, two good three-point shooters, Desi can be a good shooter at times, and you have another guard and then a big man, that's a lot more spacing. But because of college basketball, how they moved the three-point line, the reason they did that is because there's more spacing, and they were trying to prevent less fouls. It's kind of up the foul total, but spacing is so big, not only in college basketball, but in professionally as well. And when you have big men, we were trying to play with two big men, one that can shoot, one can, that hurts just the overall offense with what you're trying to do with Eric Musselman.
So why did they move the three-point line out? What was one of the goals of doing that? It was to get more people, is to free up the paint, right? To declutter the area around the basket. One of the reasons they put the restricted arc in, that semicircle
And they moved it up, didn't they? A couple years back?
A couple years ago, they made it from 3 feet to 4.
Mhm.
Why do you do that? To keep defenders from camping out underneath the basket. So they've made rule changes in recent years to try to push the defense further out on the floor. Well, when you do that, what does that force? Open space, more driving lanes, which we've seen more drives to the basket, but it forces your offense further out from the basket too, theoretically.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I think one of the things, and as you're talking about this bigger lineup, Arkansas with 3 guards early, can you afford to attack? Can you get the ball in Chaney's hands somehow and get him on from the outside going in, or Bailey? Can you find a way maybe? Because what would be the best thing that could happen in the first 10 minutes of this game tomorrow for Arkansas? What's the number one thing you need to happen in the first 10 minutes in order for Arkansas to have a great chance to win the game?
Reggie Perry foul out.
Reggie Perry to foul out. So if you could get Reggie Perry with his 3rd foul with 8:57 to go in the first half, you got a better chance of winning this game, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because if he's back in, he's going to have to play more timid defense. So somehow you know, if you could get, and he's probably not going to get a chance to get his 3rd foul in the first half. Let's just be honest. Ben Howland's
probably take him
Howland's
out.
not going to let that happen. So, but if you could get his 2nd foul early, before 10 minutes, you limit his minutes, and the more he's off the floor, the likelihood of you winning goes up. It's just that simple.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was going back through some old Eric Musselman statistics where his team's in Nevada. You want to talk about spacing, Tommy? Twice they were top 40 in the country in 3-point shooting percentage. This year, you know what they're at?
No.
268.
No, that's way. That's not his brand of ball.
Yeah. Again, it helps on the way. These kids coming in. KK can shoot it. Moses has been regarded as one of the best shooters, if not the best shooter in this 2020 class.
How much is this team and what we're seeing this year really what he's wanting to do here? And how much of it is this is what we have to do right now to survive?
I think what the difference is, and if I hear another Morris Musselman comparison, I might quit this radio show, because the biggest the biggest difference between the two is Eric Musselman is adjusting with his guys that he got in. And he calls them his guys. Have you noticed that?
Mm-hmm.
Have you noticed that?
That's not by accident.
Morris, he kept sticking to his guns. He kept sticking to his system. You have to have your philosophies. You have to have your identities, but you also have to adjust to who you're working with. Like, you've had to change some things with me working here, but you also you stick to, this is how we need to do things here. It's a little bit of give and take, Tommy.
Mm-hmm.
It has to be a combination. You can't have everything. You can't say, this is how we're going to do things. It's my way or the highway. That doesn't work. And it didn't work with Morris. Musselman's adjusted, and I think that's why the team's where they.
I just wonder how much of true Eric Musselman basketball we've seen yet. How much differently this team may look in another season to 2 to 3.
Mm-hmm.
I'm interested to watch the evolution that will hopefully unfold here over the next few years. Arts Barbecue and Burgers ready to serve up some great stuff in 2020. Already doing it. Hey, the new year is here, and if you're still making those healthy choices, good for you. They've got them on the menu at Arts, whether it's smoked chicken, any of their smoked meats they can top their salad with. Let me tell you, the Cobb salad over there at Arts is wonderful. They've got great sides that are low-carb and healthy choices. Trying to eat a lot more vegetables, they got those too. So don't think that the healthy choices aren't there to start your year off right at Arts Barbecue. Rogers Avenue next to Aaron's in Fort Smith, or use the Waiter app and have it brought to you. That's Arts Barbecue.
The 2020 GMC Sierras are here. Save up to $14,000 off at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The 2020 GMC Sierra Crew Cab has the best in-class head and leg room. And with $14,000 off, it's as low as $34,745. And 2019 Buick Encores, the hottest selling Buick model, only $17,999. Sweetheart deals on GMC Sierras and Buick Encores at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
New Bud Light Seltzer, huh?
Yep.
And it tastes like a hard seltzer, not a beer?
Yep.
So it's light and refreshing?
Yep.
With a hint of fruit flavor?
Yep.
And 100 calories?
Yep.
You said this is Bud Light Seltzer?
Yep.
Well, I need to try it.
Yep.
Oh, that tastes great.
Yep.
Now, wait, are you just yupping me?
Nope.
Bud Light Seltzer, unquestionably good.
Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Seltzer. IRC Beers, beer in Texas, St. Louis, Missouri.
Being a dad is one of the best jobs in the world, but every dad can be better. Through encouragement, mentoring, and being there, you can be the kind of dad your child deserves. You can do it. We believe in you. And so does your kid. To learn more, visit arbetterdads.com. That's arbetterdads.com. Sponsored by Arkansas Division of Workforce Services and TANF.
Want to get in on the fun of the lottery and get a great deal? Just say "Gimme 5" and ask for the $5 bundle from the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery. For $5, you get a $3 Powerball ticket, a $2 Mega Millions ticket, and a free Natural State Jackpot ticket. It's an easy way to play all 3 games and get a shot at life-changing jackpots. Say "Gimme 5" for your $5 bundle today. With quick picks only. Offer ends February 29th. Call 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
Only the best vehicles make it to the inventory at Hertz Car Sales. When you buy from Hertz, you know you're getting a high-quality car, SUV, or truck. The sales staff takes the time to get to know you and what you're looking for and will work hard to match you up with the perfect vehicle. You'll find that your experience at Hertz is easy and affordable as you drive away in your late-model, low-mileage vehicle. So what are you waiting for? Come on over to Hertz Car Sales, 2810 Midland Boulevard in Fort Smith. Give them a call today at 783-1722 or check them out online at buyfromhertz.com. Hertz Car Sales. When you're ready.
The new year is here, and Art's Barbecue and Burgers is ready with healthy choices on their menu. Art's Barbecue and Burgers has smoked chicken that will melt in your mouth, a variety of salads to choose from, plus a grilled chicken breast that's always a smart option. And use the Waiter app to have the full menu at Art's Barbecue and Burgers brought to your home or business. Art's Barbecue and Burgers, giving you healthy choices to start the new year off right. Art's Barbecue and Burgers, next to Aaron's on Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith.
Hi folks, Larry Rath here with a better way to drive at Rath Auto Resources. 2020 is a leap year. That means you get a whole extra day to save up to $2,900 off of retail value on my best Rath Road Ready inventory selection ever. Don't settle for the usual used car. Let my team of non-commissioned solution specialists help you find the Rath Road Ready vehicle that's perfect for you. And you'll get special pricing up to $2,900 below retail value. Waiting on a tax refund? Just bring your W-2 and let us show you how you can start driving better now. If you're planning on keeping your current ride for a while, we can help with your maintenance and repair needs in our Meineke Car Care Center with buy 3, get 1 free on all tires and a basic oil change for only $24.95 every day. It's still a short month, so don't wait. Limber up and leap into a new ride with great savings, killer selection, and the personal service you've come to expect from your friends at Rath Auto Resources. A better way to drive. 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith, or online at rathauto.com.
Requires bank approval. Vehicle purchase price affects trade allowance.
I'm Kevin Holmes, candidate for prosecuting attorney. I'm proud to be from Crawford County. I'm proud of the work I have done and will continue to do to make Crawford County a better place for my family and yours. As prosecuting attorney, I'll seek the maximum penalty for child predators, put drug dealers behind bars, and will work with our state and local law enforcement to keep our communities safe. I would appreciate your support, but more importantly, I'm asking for your vote on March the 3rd.
Political ad paid for by Kevin Holmes for prosecuting attorney.
Hi, I'm Kelly Smith, owner of Dixie Digital Imaging. Is it time for a new printer? When looking for that new printer, you'll consider the new technology available, but also reliability, quality, cost, and access to service and supplies are important. With eConcierge from Dixie Digital and Xerox, you get free lifetime service coverage for your eligible Xerox printers, plus an easy way to order toner and ink. For more information, call Dixie Digital Imaging at 783-6600 or visit our website at dixiedigital.com. Dixie Digital Imaging, bringing document innovations to the River Valley.
In sports, success is measured in points, wins, and trophies. At Shelter Insurance, we measure success in the quality of our products and services, in our community support, in being there when you need us, and the occasional trophy, like the one from J.D. Power for highest customer satisfaction among auto insurers in the Central region.
For J.D. Power 2019 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards.
Ask Shelter agents Marsha Cox or Phil Hicks about a free insurance review.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
Lots of sunshine with us today. Our high temperatures this afternoon will be right around the low to mid 40s. Mainly clear. It won't be as cold tonight, and overnight low in the mid to upper 20s. Sunshine with us on Saturday. Our high temperatures in the mid to upper 50s. And then Sunday, an increase in the sun. Our high in the lower 60s. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
Rhodes Chevrolet. Find new roads. Van Buren, Arkansas.
You're listening to The Morning Rush live from the Busch Light Studios on ESPN 95.3 KERX Paris Fort Smith.
All right.
Broadcasting live from the Toyota Studios.
You're causing a major disturbance on my time.
If I'm here and you're here, doesn't that make it our time?
On your favorite Arkansas sports talk station. Streaming live from
HitThatLine.com.
There's a lot of lions, tigers, and bears, but there ain't but one razorback. Number one.
This is The Morning Rush.
Borderline erotic.
With Ty Richardson.
Sunshine. That's cool. I can dig it.
And Tommy Kraft.
Do I look happy? What's wrong? Lloyd!
The Morning Rush starts right now.
1 hour down here on the Morning Rush. 877-377-6963 is the number to call in. Scott Tabor, former Arkansas pitcher, set to join us in about an hour. Lane Whitman is going to talk horses with us about an hour and a half. And it's a Fast Break Friday presented by Harry Robinson Buick GMC.
Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith. 2019 Buick Encores, less than $18,000, just $17,999 while they last. In 2020, GMC Sierra Crew Cabs, already $14,000 off the retail price. It's at Harry Robinson Buick GMC, exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
So we spoke to what Eric Musselman was talking about in the press conference yesterday. We're going to talk about Mississippi State, going to more in-depth on them next segment. But one of the things I wanted to bring up with opening day starting today is the baseball team's got to stop carrying the load for the Razorbacks. And I'm centering it down to the three major sports. The football team and the basketball team have to pick it up. And I know the basketball team has had some success under Mike Anderson, where they went to the NCAA tournament a couple of times. But the level of success, I don't know if Sam Pittman or Eric Musselman can ever get to the basketball team or the football team to the level of success that Dave Van Horn's got in the baseball team. But you got to get farther than where you're at right now. And I know it's going to take time. Muss in year one, Sam Pittman coming up on his year one. But I'm just sick and tired, and maybe it's just because I'm doing sports talk radio now, and I'm sick and tired of just having to wait for baseball season to be positive.
I get it.
I'm not a negative person. You've been around me enough to know that.
You're not.
The people listening right now, hopefully you've kind of discerned that I don't like being negative. But with a 2-10 football season and the basketball season late, how it's turned around, hopefully it'll turn around. But it's hard not to. I don't want to spray rainbows all over the radio. No. That's not what I'm here to do.
No, it's more fun when you win. It's just more fun. Now, more of you out there listen when things aren't as good.
It's weird how that works.
We got proof on that. We could get out and show you, but that's the reality. Is more of you listen when you're mad and upset. And I get it, but no, it's more fun for us when they win. What's the biggest difference in the programs? What's the biggest? If you had to narrow it down to one thing of why is baseball, and don't say Dave Van Horn. That's not the. What is the overall biggest reason between baseball, football, basketball, and why baseball is perhaps more successful than the other two? What is stability? Stability was the word I was looking for. Two coaches in 50 years. Norm DeBryan started in 1970.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask. So their first College World Series, 78?
Now, the pressure of winning in baseball is certainly not what it is. And maybe it's growing to that, but it hasn't been what it has been in the other two sports. And the resources haven't been there, therefore the pressure hasn't been there. Now, it's growing and it's getting there, and certainly the expectations have grown. But that's the difference. To me, why is it that baseball's doing it and basketball and football? Well, you've got a Hall of Fame coach in the making here. He's in the Arkansas Sports Hall of Fame, but he's going to be in others. I guess there's a college baseball Hall of Fame.
I was going to say, where is that?
Is there one? If there's not, he should be in the first class. But that's the level of coach you've had. You look at all the success you've had in the other sports. When has the most success come? When you've had Hall of Fame level coaches. When's the most success you've ever had in football? Hall of Fame coach Frank Broyles. When's the most success you've ever had in basketball? Hall of Fame coach Nolan Richardson and should be Hall of Fame coach Eddie Sutton. It's about coaches, and it's about stability with those coaches. So at the end of the day, you hope with Eric Musselman and Sam Pittman, you found the guys that can bring stability. Why has football been hard to watch and be a consistent fan of for a lot of folks the last 10 years? Because you've went through, what is it now?
John L.,
Sam Pittman
Bielema,
is
Morris, Pittman, and if you wanted to count Petrino, that's 5.
Yeah, I think it was 6 coaches in 14 years going back to Nutt. I mean, poor Chuck Barrett's going to have name badges to keep up with him. He's done so many coaches shows on TV with different guys. He's going to need him to wear a nameplate on there for a while. It's like tape on the helmet, just to keep up with who he's doing these TV shows with.
So when Arkansas changed chancellors, Tommy, this was back when I was in a sports production class, and this was, I think, Ferreter. Is it Ferreter? You know,
Dan Ferreter.
Darren Ferreter was the interim at one point, and then they hired Steinmetz. I did an interview. You know how I opened up the interview with Chancellor Steinmetz?
How's that?
Hey, Chancellor Ferreter. And he's like, no. Now, he's really nice, really cordial about it and everything, but I was petrified. My sports journalism.
Way to go.
Yeah, my sports journalism professor,
Way
Ricky Thon,
to go.
was just sitting there laughing. And, again, he took it in stride. It's like, no, it's okay. I'm Steinmetz. And he was new, so I think he understood and stuff. But you mentioned the continuity and stability. When you think about successful programs,
that's funny right there.
It was tough. It was tough to stomach, but I managed to. Here I am today. I managed to get through it. It's like all your trials and tribulations that you go through back a day. Oh man, if you could hear some of the former radio shows I used to do, you probably would not have hired me to this point. But you go back to that point, Tommy. That's like you can't overstate that. You can't overlook that because of how important that is when you have two guys like Norm DeBryan and Dave Van Horn and have that period for so long. Like most of the time, look at why has Duke basketball been so successful all those years? Because K's been there
forever.
Why has LSU baseball been so good? Because they had Maneri, and I'm forgetting the guy who was there before Maneri. Burtman. I think it's Skip Burtman. I think is his name. So that's a Phil Elson question. But you look at successful programs typically in any sport. Arkansas track and field. John McDonald, perfect example. And what he did, and I thought that was interesting. I'm forgetting the source of this story, but he spoke openly, Tommy, about he was there for so long and the tradition was so established that over time he didn't have to do as much because the older guys, if the younger guys were acting up or acting around, he didn't have to say anything. He got on to them.
The seniors took care of it.
Yeah, and I bet you that if Casey Martin or Heston Kerstad or one of these older guys catch a whiff of the younger guys acting out, it's like, no. That's not how we do things here. This is Arkansas baseball.
But it's hard to get. I think it's harder to stay where Arkansas baseball's at. It's harder to get there for Sam Pittman, for Eric Musselman, because, boy, in today's world, when you're trying to build a program in football particularly, from ground up. Now, Musselman isn't a ground-up deal with what's going on. He inherited a decent situation and a good foundation to build on.
An incredible in-state pool of talent.
I mean, Sam Pittman inherited – there was a house in our neighborhood that recently burned down. Sam Pittman inherited the house after it was burned down, and he had to go down there and clean up all the rubbish, and jackhammer out the slab and completely start over. It was worse than just an open blank canvas, an open field. Here, go build your program. This was worse than that, what Sam Pittman inherited. It's harder to build from that level to where Dave Van Horn is at, opening the season today because of the transfer portal, because of the ease of kids to come and go. Now, you can say, well, that also makes it easier to build your program because you can get kids in. It is a two-way street. I get that. But I'm just telling you, it's harder today, and of course we know the difficulties of the SEC West as well.
And I'm at the luxury coming into the Morning Rush where this has been a long-standing show for quite some time. Ruskin did not the guy before him, but Ruskin did a great job. John did a great job. and I just kind of insert. It's a lot easier to do what I'm doing than start up a radio show.
I see what you did there.
You see that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, is your home in Arkansas at least 10 years old and served by OG&E? They've got a free weatherization program to increase your comfort and to lower your bills. A trained crew will perform an energy audit at no cost to you, and if your home qualifies, they can install measures that could include attic insulation, LED light bulbs, weather stripping, power strips, carbon monoxide detectors, and a whole lot more. Call 800-272-9741 for OG&E's free home weatherization program.
Who is Mississippi State? We'll touch on that next on the Morning Rush.
This is Fast Break Friday. Presented by Harry Robinson Buick GMC in Fort Smith.
The 2020 GMC Sierras are here. Save up to $14,000 off at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The 2020 GMC Sierra Crew Cab has the best in-class head and leg room. And with $14,000 off, it's as low as $34,745. And 2019 Buick Encores, the hottest selling Buick model, only $17,999. Sweetheart deals on GMC Sierras and Buick Encores at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
Look your best with Perfecto Cleaners at the bottom of Fiena Hills. Count on same-day service, easy drive-through cover drop-off and pickup window, and fast turnaround on alterations. Perfecto Cleaners always goes the extra mile to ensure your clothes look their best, making you look your best. Be sure to clip their coupons in the yellow pages, and as always, in by 9 and out by 5 Monday through Friday. Perfecto Cleaners, just off Jenny Lind at the bottom of Fiena Hills. Perfecto Cleaners, making you look your best.
Enjoy quality time while keeping cool when the temperatures get hot with a semi-in-ground pool. Only from Burton Pools and Spas. Burton Pools and Spas has the perfect solution for buying a pool without breaking the bank. Semi-in-ground pools start at only $99.97. Stop by Burton's and find out more about semi-in-ground pools. Start building the backyard of your dreams with a semi-in-ground pool starting at under $10,000. Burton Pools and Spas in Springdale and in Fort Smith. Burton Pools and Spas, your source for backyard fun.
I am Diana Ladd, and I'm running for Sebastian County Circuit Court Judge. I am 51 years old, and I am a Christian. I've been married to Jeff for 20 years, and we have 2 children. For 29 years, my passion has been helping families in crisis. Much of this judgeship will involve family law cases. My legal practice emphasis has always been family law, and I have served as special judge numerous times. Family law cases should be heard by someone with the right experience and integrity, and by someone who understands parenting. I am that person.
Paid for by the committee to elect Diana Ladd, Circuit Judge.
Tired of all the broken promises and broken equipment at your current gym? The Fort Smith Athletic Club is the nicest and most well-equipped fitness and tennis club in the area with a state-of-the-art fitness center, Pilates, fitness classes, personal and group training, and the best tennis facilities in the region. 7 outdoor courts, 5 indoor courts, plus pickleball and racquetball courts, and free child care is included. The Fort Smith Athletic Club. Call 452-4031 for membership information.
Celebrate the Pockets Full of Presidents event with Road Chevrolet. Find monumental savings on new 19 Chevy Blazer front-wheel drive RS models, now $6,000 off MSRP. Or new 20 Chevy Silverado 1500 Crew Cab Customs, now $36,499 at Road Chevrolet. Conveniently located at Exit 2A off I-540 in Van Buren or roadchevy.com. Chevy, find new roads. With approved credit plus tax, title, license, and dealer fees. Not all qualify. See dealer for details. Ends 3/2/20.
Did someone say, I'm hungry? Visit 906 Cocktail and Cigar Lounge on the Avenue. Try the new panini sandwiches like the chicken pyro or the Cubana or the signature 906 wings. Jumbo wings roasted with honey bacon jam. Want some spice? Try the black and blue wings. Experience their salads, flatbreads, coffees and desserts, top shelf wines and liquors, premium beers, world-class cigars, all in an atmosphere that feels less like a lounge and more like a destination. Sample, indulge, escape. 906 Cocktail and Cigar Lounge. Treat your appetite on the Avenue.
You put your mower through a lot. All that back and forth can add up to thousands of miles. That's like mowing cross country. Gravely commercial mowers are built for all-day performance, helping you get the job done mile after mile. Gravely, built to mow the distance.
See the full line of Gravely mowers with 0% financing for 48 months at Bush Tractor in Fort Smith, or log on to bushtractor.com.
So, how many trucks? 3 one-ton diesels, 7 half-tons, trailers, chippers, then some smaller trucks, cars, and SUVs. And who takes care of them? Shoot, we go all over. Have no clue even if they're getting the proper oil or if the wheel bearings on the trailers are ever checked. Total mess. And how much is that fleet worth? To me, A lot.
Jody'sAuto.com can do all the service, repairs, maintenance, and tires, gas and diesel, get you in and out quickly at fleet pricing, and track all your vehicles to make sure everything is being done when it's supposed to be done.
Yeah, but my guys want someplace close to them. That's why we go all over the place.
Did I mention Jody'sAuto.com has 3 locations, 2 in Fort Smith and 1 in Van Buren?
Now we are talking. Jody'sAuto.com. Great idea.
The difference between making money and losing your shirt, taking care of your equipment, and keeping your people on the job. Jody'sAuto.com, they can handle it. Gas and diesel, tires, service, repairs, maintenance, towing, in and out quickly. Jody'sAuto.com.
Is your home at least 10 years old and served by OG&E? OG&E is offering Arkansas customers a free weatherization program to increase your comfort and lower your bills. A trained crew will perform an energy audit at no cost to you, and if your home qualifies, our crews will install measures that will save you money. The services provided through this program are absolutely free to qualifying homes. If you could benefit from free home weatherization improvements, call OG&E at 1-800-272-9741. That's 1-800-272-9741.
ESPN 95.3. The Morning Rush with Ty Richardson and Tommy Kraft.
You got barbecue back there, and you didn't invite me. Hurt my feelings.
Video streaming live on Facebook, Periscope, and YouTube.
877-377-6963 is the number to call in or text in on the Morning Rush. And it's baseball season. It's not like there's a bad time to go to Sassy's, but when I think Sassy's, I think baseball season. That patio, 2 great locations, one on Weddington, one on College. Sassy's Barbecue and Grill on Weddington, Sassy's Red House on College. It is getting closer to patio weather.
And with the 2 o'clock start today, that's perfect. You can go to lunch, then get right over to the ballpark. I mean, the timing is perfect for today.
Or take just a really long lunch. That's what I've seen people made the joke of today and yesterday, Tommy. It's like, I'm taking a really long lunch today. My boss is going to wonder where I am for about 5 or so hours.
Sales calls all afternoon.
All day. The best thing about Sassy's, in Tommy and I's opinion, is the award-winning smoked wings. We enjoy the honey sriracha, but not just those. Anything you get at Sassy's is fantastic. I mean, the Moo Pig Suey Burger, the chicken fried steak, which I really enjoy, and it's great. Again, we are so close to patio weather, and there's no better patio weather in better patio in Northwest Arkansas than Sassy's Red House. Again, 2 locations: Sassy's Barbecue and Grill on Weddington and Sassy's Red House on College. So we've talked baseball, we've talked basketball. We're going to stick with basketball again for this segment. Mississippi State coming to town. He got beat by them earlier this season, 77-70. It stings even more because one of the guys on the roster, the guy that torched you that day, Reggie Perry, was originally committed as a Razorback.
Yeah, and there's a guy that, you just watch him play and the way he played against you, then he's like Mason Jones. He's one of these Player of the Year candidates in the league. There's no question. He's one of the 2, 3, 4 best players in the league, however you want to look at it. No, I think on anyone's list, you wonder where your program would be if he had been here. The reality is you probably wouldn't have Eric Musselman. You probably still have Mike Anderson as your coach maybe if Reggie Perry was here. So be interesting to see how a player like that can change the fate and the hopes and the location of many. He's that kind of player. He's that good.
There's a guy named Josh Teeter who's a student at the U of A, and he pulled this back from Reggie Perry's original commitment. And I'm going to read this to you because I think this will sting a little more. Many would ask, why are you committing so early? I say you have to do what you love and is predestined for your life. Some will ask, why don't you wait for Kentucky or Kansas or Duke to call you? I say the University of Arkansas is my Kentucky, Kansas, or Duke. Ends up not being the case. And obviously there's a story that I think we've mentioned before that his father went to Mississippi State.
Yep.
And on his deathbed, he wished that he would have gone, or he hopes he sees him in a Bulldog uniform, heaven. And that's like, as a son, like you hear your dad say that.
What are you going to do?
If my dad had, when I was picking the college, and I was going to Arkansas pretty much after 10th grade. I think I'm fourth or 5th generation. My dad and my uncle went to Baylor. Those are the 2 outliers, I think, in our family for the most part. If my dad, my senior year, was on his deathbed and said, "Son, I want you to be a Baylor Bear." Then, by all things good and holy, I would be a Baylor Bear.
Mm-hmm.
But that didn't happen. And so I get that side of things from him. I completely understand that. But it stings because you saw him last game chirping at his former teammates. Isaiah Joe, I think Desi was on that team, Ethan Henderson on the wings.
Yeah.
I mean, these are
the summer team.
Yeah, the summer team. These are guys that played together. These are guys that thought they were going to play in college together as well. And now he's torching you in an opponent's uniform, Tommy.
Yeah, and there was some chirping back and forth between the bench early, so that might make this game a little bit more, add a little juice to it. Let's just put it that way. All these games are just tough right now, and you've reached the grind part of the year where everybody's grinding through it physically. I think as much mentally, it's just tough right now. You got to mentally grind through this part of the year. You can't smell the finish line yet. The conference tournament's still a month away. This is the grind. You're tired of practice. Players are tired of coaches. Coaches tired of players. Everybody's tired of the routine. And, when you're not winning, it just makes everything tougher. It just makes it that much 10 times harder to carry the burden.
Yeah.
And that's where you're at right now as a program.
Mm-hmm. I want to touch on something you used to talk about earlier, Mason Jones. This is the one clip of audio that I've yet to play. Here is Eric Musselman on Mason Jones in the game tomorrow afternoon.
Mason and I had a long talk leading in the night before the last game, just about, like the scouting report, it's changed, when you have 3 games like that. And so, you just got to have patience. You got to read the defense. You got to read how they're playing you. Like if a team overplays you a little bit more, is a little bit more aggressive, then maybe you got to work to get backdoor cuts. And so you just got to kind of change your game a little bit. But look, I mean, this is a learning experience. You know what I mean? For a player to be the focal point of the opposing defense, it's different.
Tommy, we're talking about Reggie Perry coming in to Fayetteville tomorrow afternoon as a probably 1-2 slot for Player of the Year candidate. It's probably him, Nick Richards, Breein Tyree of Ole Miss, and then Mason Jones.
Yeah,
Mason's had 2 bad games lately. Mm-hmm. He's having to adjust, like Eric Musselman said, not only from probably the second or first option. Now he is the clear first option, and he doesn't have a lot of help around him in terms of shooting. He's had to adjust to that. We talked about this earlier this week. This is the perfect time to put on a show. You're at home. You put on a skid. You haven't had your best 2 games. And the guy that could be taking your award is on the other team.
Yep.
Roll the ball and let's go.
Yeah. Now, this is when he needs another 40-point game. It's time to break back into that habit. It's time to get back to that. And, when you have one guy to stop and you can physically match up, and Musselman talked about this, when you play big, tough, physical teams, Arkansas doesn't do well. Now, guess what you got going on here Saturday? Guess what's happening tomorrow? Another big, tough, physical team.
Yep. Second best offensive rebounding team in the country.
Not good.
6th in average height.
Not good. That's what I'm talking about. Big, tough, physical teams. Arkansas can't match up. It's a matchup issue. Mm-hmm. Then it becomes a frustration issue. You can jump as high as you want, but when you're 6'5" and they're 6'10", they're going to win. It's just there's not much you can do.
I had to learn at an early age to box out because of my lack of athleticism and my small frame. And I say small, I'm like 5'11", 6 feet, but compared to some of the guys that I used to play back in the day, you have to. That's part of the mentality that you have to play, and the Arkansas basketball team has to play with as well. First phone call of the day. Steve is in Van Buren. Steve, you're on the Morning Rush.
Morning, guys. How are y'all?
Not too bad, man.
Good. I was going to touch on what you guys said about the, stability. I think it's probably the most important factor in any sports program. I mean, whether it's, I would say more college sports. Even look at the NFL, like the Patriots. They've had, the same people in the same spots, not outside of some players. But you've got to have that or you're not going to be successful. That's just the way it goes. Now the basketball team, I'm excited about where they're going, but I think what's frustrating is how many games they've been right there, and they just can't get. It seems like every time they have a chance to pull away, they have a turnover or they kind of get in their own way. But I think compared to where we thought they would be, I mean, I don't know how you could be any happier. They fight, they scrap. This last game is really the only time they just seem kind of out of it, you know. And they've had 2 overtime games and travel, and I mean, like Coach said, you're going to have those games from time to time where you just don't got it. And I don't know. I just think that these guys that are coming back are going to have so much confidence with the players that are coming in, and they're going to be able to do some things that they haven't been able to do, match up with these bigger teams. And, you know, I think everybody just needs to calm down and let Coach Muss do his thing. I mean, he knows what he's doing. I'm excited about the future there. You know, he's one of those guys where you're a little afraid that if he has a few really good seasons that he may jump back to the NBA or whatever. But, you know, if that happens, it happens. As far as Pittman goes, I really see him as a guy who he's at the place where he loved being here when he was here. I think he'll be here, like you said, as long as the school will have him. I don't think he would jump ship to a bigger job. So, anyway, I just wanted to make those comments and see what you guys had to say about it.
Thanks, Steve.
Yes, Steve, appreciate it. Tommy, let me ask you something. Do you think if Eric Musselman was to have a giant amount of success here, that if he did take a jump, that it would be more likely for an NBA or a blue chip program? Because as much as this pains me, because I wish this wasn't the case, Arkansas is still not in the upper echelon of a Duke, North Carolina, a Kansas. You're the second tier. Well, you used to be second tier. You're probably more third tier now.
You can get back to second tier.
You can inch back to second tier relatively quickly if this thing gets going again. But is that project that future? Would he take a professional job or would he take a big time college job? And again, we're projecting at this point.
I'd be purely guessing because I don't think we really know what's crawling around in his head. I think a lot of that would depend on how his family really, they seem to have taken a real liking to Northwest Arkansas. You know, there's something about this area. Why is Sam Pittman at Arkansas? Because Arkansas is a place he wanted to be because he loves the area. He grew up in this part of the world. You know, the question is, where do you want to spend your last 10 or 15 years of your life? You know, where do you want to retire? Where do you want to have your sunrises and your sunsets? For Arkansas in the football program, you were lucky to have a football coach that said, Arkansas is the place I want that to happen. And you hired Sam Pittman because this is the place he wanted to call home when he was done coaching football. It was a fit. Question is, does this become that place for Eric Musselman someday? I think it's way too early to know. I mean, he's months into this job, not years. So anything that anyone would say about the long-term future with him and if he has success here, would he leave for a pro job or a big-time college job? Anybody would be guessing at this point.
It's hard to
know, because I don't think he knows.
It's fun to play the future game, though.
Yeah. Hey, we're brought to you by Williams Tractor. New Holland Dealer Days are back right now. They're opening their doors to help you tackle the season ahead out there. Special preseason savings are available right now, featuring 0% financing, cashback offers on select New Holland hay tools, tractors, and material handling equipment. If you're thinking about trading in, New Holland Dealer Days is the time. Stop by and see them at Williams Tractor in Fayetteville, Berryville, or Bobcat of Northwest Arkansas in Rogers today.
So we're only 2 weeks into this show, me and Tommy, and I'm already having to retract something stupid that I said. And I don't know how. I for some reason, I thought I was told this story, and that's why I always need to double check. But Reggie Perry's dad, Al, is indeed alive. And I don't know why I thought that. I don't know why. And I did not just concoct that story out of thin air. I remember I thought I remember reading about it, but it was his father's indeed alive, and it was his goal and his hope that his son would attend Mississippi State. And now he's actually getting to watch that here on Earth. Yep. So this is like when a newspaper prints out a retraction about how dumb their editor or writer is. This is me.
He's not in great health, is my understanding, but probably, or a good chance he'll be at the game, I'm told tomorrow. So.
This is the newspaper's version of a retraction where the radio host apologizes for being ignorant and stupid. So I just
don't kill somebody off.
Yeah, I was going to say, I want to make sure to do that. I think that's illegal if you do that.
Stu Gott's move.
Yeah, it's a Stu Gott's move. Mississippi State is also a top 25 offensive efficiency team in the country, Tommy. Now, Ben Howland has had some pretty solid teams. You think about the UCLA Final Four teams he coached with tons of good players. I mean, Kevin Love, Russell Westbrook, and stuff. One of the things they do, like LSU, is they score inside the 2-point line. LSU, if you remember that game on the road, they didn't kill you with the threes. It was the offensive rebounding and the layups and drawing fouls and all that in between. Mississippi State's going to do a similar type of way, but they're going to pound you inside rather than just taking it to the rack.
I mean, they're going, again, that's why I was saying a few minutes ago, the biggest benefit Arkansas could have in this game is somehow getting Reggie Perry with 2 fouls in the first 7, 8, 9 minutes of this ball game, limiting his minutes. Anytime you could neutralize a Player of the Year candidate, you're better off. So does Arkansas do something early in this game to take it to him, to offensively attack the rim in a way that hopefully would draw fouls from Reggie Perry? That's what could you make him lose his discipline and his technique on defense to the point that he commits some early fouls? You know, that's what you'd like to see happen in this ballgame. That could be the biggest turning point in this game if that happened early. I don't think Ben Howland would let him get 3 in the first half. So if you could get a 10-minute run, you could build you a cushion in that first half if it played out that way.
Another thing that we have to talk about, and I hate having to bring this up, but it's on cue, is free throws. This team is a top 60 free throw shooting team in the country. They shoot 75% as a team. Arkansas shoots about 72, and you say, well, Ty, the differential isn't that great. But as Tommy brings up, it's not the percentage that's as big of a deal, but it's the timing that Arkansas has missed free throws this season. If I have to get on the show on Monday and speak to the fact that this team lost another game because of poor free throw shooting down the stretch, I might blow a gasket and break my mic on Monday. You just, like Eric Musselman and his staff, have to be tremendously frustrated by the exact same thing every single game. And I know there's other tidbits, other things that he's going to point to. We lost this way, we lost this way. Oh. But the majority of the losses can be traced back to what you don't do at the charity stripe.
And here's the other thing. I mean, free throws have been critical, and I've talked about this for weeks now. How you shoot your free throws in the last 5 minutes of the game are far more important than the overall percentage. Because when the game is on the line, now it didn't matter the other night at Tennessee because the game wasn't on the line. But how they shoot down the stretch is what matters. You can't be 4 of 8. You got to be 7 of 8. You can't go to overtime and make 1 of 2. You got to make them both. You can't be 3 of 5 in overtime when you get a chance at the line. Can't do it. That's when the free throws really matter. So, yeah, you can look at overall percentage and, hey, we were 61%. That's not good enough. Well, you're right. But what I'm more interested in is, are you making the free throws that really matter that can win you the ball game? And those are the ones that happen in the last 4 or 5 minutes of the game. Mm-hmm. Those are the ones you got to get yourself to the line, and then you got to make them when you get there.
No, exactly right. A couple texts in here, not only from JT in Hot Springs, but we got some other text in here this morning asking if Jamaria Bell can be placed in just to wear down Reggie Perry a little, just to be the enforcer back in the day. Do you remember, like, what are
it's 5 more fouls.
Yeah, it is, but you don't want to get into the bonus that quicker. And you saw that Jamario Bell had to play in the Tennessee game because of foul trouble to both Adriel Bailey, Reggie Chaney, Ethan Henderson, and other. I thought Ethan gave you some pretty solid minutes if you were watching the Tennessee game that night. I thought he played potentially one of his better games.
That's why I couldn't make it in the last 2 days. I watched the Tennessee game.
Yeah, that was hard to watch. Oof. Tommy, it's a Fast Break Friday presented by Harry Robinson Buick GMC.
Yeah, your last chance to save on remaining 2019 Buick Encores, only $17,999 while they last. That's under $18,000 for a brand new 2019 Buick Encore, the hottest selling Buick model in the market, and it still comes with a 4-year, 50,000-mile bumper-to-bumper warranty. It's at Harry Robinson Buick GMC, exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
One of the other things Arkansas has to do, and we spoke to the fact that they are 263rd in three-point shooting right now. Muss has had 2 top 40 teams. They got to knock down some threes this game. And I'm not talking they don't have to hit like 15 or 16 or anything like that, but they shot 20% the last time they played Mississippi State. I don't know if you can win this game only shooting 9 threes like you get against TCU, but you don't need to be – there's a fine line. You don't need to be jacking 28 and you also don't need to be shooting like 5. You have to find a middle ground, and you got to make.
No,
them
you just
too.
need to go 10 for 10. Be done, right?
But you got to be able to knock down some
Yeah.
threes. You got to get something from Jalen. You got to get more consistency from Desi. I mean, Adriel Bailey is not only your. I mean, Adriel Bailey statistically, Tom, is your best 3-point shooter. Now he's only taken like 23 or 26 attempts overall this season, but he's shooting 40+%. He's 10 for 23. He's shooting 44% from the 3-point line this year, and he's taking a lot of good threes. If you watch his threes, they're very timely, and most of the time it's when his guy just doesn't step out and guard him. But we always joke about the streak being a big deal, Tommy, the 3-point streak that Arkansas has busted over 1,000 games. They got to find some more shooting down the stretch, and I know the moving the 3-point line back has affected college basketball, not only the Razorbacks, but a lot of other teams. But at some point, you should be adjusted, and you should be knocking down your shots. Like Gene Talsilla, he came in to be a stretch 4. He hasn't been that for you this year.
No.
Some of these guys got to start knocking down some shots.
I don't think you can win this game if you're Arkansas. What's the minimum number of threes you got to make?
Muss always says 10, 11, 12 on the road. Probably at home
8
or like
10?
7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah.
8 was the number I had in mind. I think you got to do that. And, again, free throws, we've talked about that. The other night when you were 3 of 14 from not the Tennessee game, the game before that, 3 of 14.
Mizzou. Yeah,
against
they
Mizzou.
went 3 for 16. You went 3 for 14.
Yeah. And then people get upset because there's so many fouls called in the game. That's not the kind of game that really benefits Arkansas. I don't think we've seen Arkansas win any kind of game like that. I can't remember one. Can you? Not in conference play, certainly, where you didn't get enough threes made and it was a high fouling game. I mean, when you drive the rim and you attack the rim on both ends of the floor, there's going to be fouls. Arkansas just doesn't win free throw contests.
Mm-hmm. I'd say that, and
so you got to shoot threes well.
You said conference. The only one that comes to mind is a non-conference game, which is TCU, because they only attempt 9 threes, and yet they win that basketball game. I'm forgetting the exact foul count of the free throw wise, but they did get to the line a lot, and they ended up winning that game. Another thing you can look to is the defense that's been lacking and the fouling that they've been doing too much of. Arkansas this season is 14-0 when they hold opponents to 72 points or less. They haven't been doing that the last couple games. Hopefully, let them have a little bit of rest this week, and they can really get geared up for Mississippi State, because it's going to be a battle inside against Reggie Perry and some of the other post players they have tomorrow.
Yeah. So be interesting to just, I think, see how Arkansas defends. I expect them to start Adriel Bailey and Reggie Chaney. Do they bring someone off the bench? Can you go with 4 guards? How often can you go with 4 guards if Chaney's on the floor? I mean, not Chaney. If Perry's on the floor. If Perry's on the floor, how much can you get enough help defense from a guard to help with Reggie Perry?
I mean, the guard help is quicker, but it doesn't necessarily help with rebounding.
How effective is it?
Yeah. It's about getting that steal, because if you don't get the steal, then you're kind of screwed if there's an offensive rebound. No, you're exactly right. All right, Tommy.
We'll see how effective that can be.
It is Valentine's Day. What's going on at Gaston's White River Resort?
Well, I mean, there's always going to be a romantic weekend getaway when you get to Gaston's, and this is the weekend. If you haven't fully figured out the plan yet for what you're doing tonight, what are you waiting on? We've been telling you for weeks to get to Gaston's, 870-431-5202. They're going to have a great Valentine's night dinner. We'll start with the John Boat Salad Bar. They're going to have a big sweets table, as they call it, filled with all your favorite desserts, all kinds of great entrees that you can enjoy, from beef tenderloin to lobster tails to grilled swordfish, prime rib, all on the menu tonight for Valentine's. So if you're still looking for the place to go or looking for somewhere different to go, call Gaston's White River Resort. And don't forget, winter rates are still in effect, so if it's not this weekend, maybe it's spring break week or a weekend at the end of the month. There's some time coming up you want to sneak away and get some fishing in on the White River. Gaston's is the place. 870-431-5202 to make your reservation, whether it's Valentine's weekend or any weekend coming up at Gaston's White River Resort, and view it all online. Spend some time there at gastons.com. Gaston's White River Resort, a first-class time every time.
This is Fast Break Friday. Presented by Harry Robinson Buick GMC in Fort Smith.
Your fence is more than a decoration. It's a reflection of its owner. Choosing a fence company should be done with integrity and quality in mind. The Fence Man has been providing fencing and security solutions for over 40 years. An in-house custom iron and gate department, plus an access control department. The Fence Man offers services other companies aren't equipped to do. The Fence Man, fencing and security solutions to protect what matters most. 479-782-3936 or online at thefencemancompany.com, a division of Quantum Property Services.
Breeden RV is giving away $25,000. That's right, 25 grand. We're giving away $1,000 to the first 25 sold customers from February 10th through February 29th. Come see the area's best selection of motorhomes, fifth wheels, travel trails, and get RV show pricing as well as free maintenance for life. We need your trade, so we'll pay top dollar, or we can even sell it on consignment. Get the best campers, free maintenance for life, and your share of $25,000 only at Breeden RV, 5603 Alma Highway in Van Buren, where your adventures begin.
The 2020 GMC Sierras are here. Save up to $14,000 off at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The 2020 GMC Sierra Crew Cab has the best in-class head and leg room. And with 14 grand off, it's as low as $34,745. And 2019 Buick Encores, the hottest selling Buick model, only $17,999. Sweetheart deals on GMC Sierras and Buick Encores at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
I'm proud to say I was born and raised in Crawford County. For the past 15 years, I've represented thousands of clients in legal disputes throughout the River Valley and in the state of Arkansas. Governor Hutchinson even appointed me to serve as a special justice on the Arkansas Supreme Court. I have the commitment, experience, and leadership to be your next prosecuting attorney. I'm Kevin Holmes. I'd love to have your support, but most importantly, I'm asking for your vote on March the 3rd.
Political ad paid for by Kevin Holmes for prosecuting attorney.
Make your date night, birthday, anniversary, or office party very special by making reservations now at Doe's Eat Place in Fort Smith. Enjoy award-winning steaks and atmosphere, along with delicious appetizers and the region's largest selection of wines, beers, and liquors. Located at 422 North 3rd Street, Doe's Eat Place is your premier steakhouse in Fort Smith and the River Valley. Open 5 till 9 Monday through Thursday and 5 till 10 Friday and Saturday. Doe's Eat Place, a great experience every time.
Wave Rural Connect is bringing state-of-the-art fiber, internet, TV, and phone services right into your home. Get amazing fast fiber internet, 100 megabits for only $49.95 per month, or 1 gigabit for only $79.95 per month. TV packages from the basics to our amazing Altered TV, starting at $32.95. Fiber phone services start at $29.95. Go to waveruralconnect.com to find out if we are installing in your area, or call 1-833-4-WAVE-RC. Arkansas Valley Electric Cooperative and Wave Rural Connect, changing the communities we serve.
The big end of the hunting season sale is underway at Jelco Outdoors. Deer hunters and duck hunters, you can bag some huge savings right now at Jelco Outdoors while they last. Save on clothing, footwear, waders, decoys, scents, rifles, shotguns, bows, crossbows, and lots of accessory items for all your deer and duck hunting trips. Don't miss the end of season sale at Jelco Outdoors, 4600 South Zero in Fort Smith.
Look your best with Perfecto Cleaners at the bottom of Fiena Hills. Count on same-day service, easy drive-through cover drop-off and pickup window, and fast turnaround on alterations. Perfecto Cleaners always goes the extra mile to ensure your clothes look their best, making you look your best. Be sure to clip their coupons in the yellow pages, and as always, in by 9 and out by 5 Monday through Friday. Perfecto Cleaners, just off Jenny Lind at the bottom of Fiena Hills. Perfecto Cleaners, making you look your best.
Colorworks Paint & Body in Barling has a new owner, Andy Herod, and he is ready to make your auto body repairs today. If you live in Barling, Central, Lavaca, or Charleston, Colorworks is your local auto body repair shop. Andy provides superior auto body repair and paint work in addition to working with your insurance company to make your claim as easy as possible. If you have a collision and need repairs, ask for Andy at Colorworks, 1206 4th Street in Barling across from CV's, or call 434-2639.
Thirsty yet? Your favorite beer, wines, and spirits are just a quick click away at mysodies.com. Order online or on our app and pick up in the drive-thru. Or come in and we'll help you find something new to try at our tasting area, featuring 8 wines and 8 craft beers. Experience the best at Sodies Wine and Spirits.
Hey there, this is Travis Tollett from Williams Tractor. New Holland Dealer Days are back. Williams Tractor is opening their doors to help you tackle the season ahead. Special preseason savings are available, featuring 0% financing and cashback offers on select New Holland hay tools, tractors, and material handling equipment. Thinking about trading in? New Holland Dealer Days is the time. Stop by Williams Tractor in Fayetteville, Berryville, or Bobcat in Northwest Arkansas today to learn about all the preseason savings going on. For commercial use only, customer participation subject to credit qualification and CNH Industrial Capital America LLC approval. Standard terms, conditions, and other restrictions apply. Down payment may be required.
ESPN 95.3. The Morning Rush with Ty Richardson and Tommy Kraft.
You know, I'm not a doctor, but I swear this youngster's inebriated.
No. Just say, Alexa, play ESPN Arkansas.
ESPN Arkansas continue.
So maybe I spoke too soon last week when I was making fun of Tommy and saying that there's going to be a little more competition this week on the Fence Man Friday picks because
how'd we do? I haven't even noticed.
Tommy won. So without further ado, let's get into our Fence Man Friday picks.
We'll gloss right over it, huh? Just gloss right over it.
We'll talk about it.
Fenceman Friday Picks. Call the Fenceman for all kinds of fences, controlled access, and custom iron projects. 479-782-3936. The Fenceman. We ain't afraid of no work.
All right, since Tommy wants to stroke his ego, I'll once again readdress that he won last week. He had 3 points.
It's not about ego. It's just making. I just want to hear you say it again.
Yeah. Me and Henry tied last week. We both had 2, and then Clay had 1. I guess we're going to text Clay what his picks are this week since he's not in this one. We all picked LSU.
I appreciate him coming in the last 2 days.
Yeah, no, he's a good guy. We had a great show the last couple of days. We won that one. Henry and Clay picked Tennessee, lost. Me and you picked Kentucky, won. You were the only one that picked Mizzou. We all picked Arkansas. You won that. And then me, you, and Clay picked Mason over 30. He did not have close to 30. Tommy, you picked him over. So, again, Tommy at 3, me and Henry at 2, Clay at 1. So we'll start off with the Arkansas game. Arkansas is favored by 4 points on Kimball, so we're going to use that as our line today. Henry, you want to start this thing off? Hogs favored by 4 tomorrow against the Mississippi State Bulldogs.
I'm not going with the Hogs.
You're not buying it right now.
Not buying it?
Not buying it.
Okay.
No, sir.
Mr. Tommy?
I'm with Isaiah Joe out. Big physical team. I'm with Henry. I'm taking, as much as I don't like it, I'm taking State, and I hope I'm wrong.
I want to pick Arkansas, and I still think there's a chance to win, but 4 seems awfully giant, even though it's just 4 points. So I'm going to stay with you guys and pick Mississippi State as well. All right, next game, stepping outside of the SEC, Baylor, who's the number 1 team in college basketball, is at home against West Virginia. Henry, they're favored by 5 in this one.
I'll go with Baylor.
Baylor?
Yeah.
Baylor?
Yeah, I'm going Baylor. My dad would kill me if I picked anything
One of the best
otherwise.
teams in the country.
Yeah, and they're pretty fun to watch, dude. Scott Drew's doing a tremendous job down there in Waco, Texas. Bama, favored by 2 against LSU. I know a lot of people enjoyed watching the football game this year. Nate Oates trying to get
Do they have that confused? Do they think they're playing football? That doesn't sound right.
I got them favored by 2. I guess they respect Nate Oates at home in Tuscaloosa. Where are you going on this one, Henry?
Man, that's a tough one.
I know.
I'll go with LSU.
Yeah, I like LSU. They're due a bounce back. They've lost 2 now in league play.
Mm-hmm.
I like LSU. Give the points.
Going LSU as well.
Get the points. LSU's getting the points.
Yeah, so they get plus 2.
How do you turn down LSU and points?
It's hard to. So I think they'll respond after losing to Auburn recently. So I'm taking this also. We're all awash at this point. So we'll see if this last one. We'll go with baseball picks since it is opening weekend. The question. This is our bonus point. Does Arkansas sweep? Win 2-1, lose the series 1-2, or God forbid get swept this weekend?
Oh, that can't happen, right?
No,
that won't happen.
If there was Vegas odds on Arkansas getting swept this weekend, what would the odds be set at? Like,
that'd be a big money line there. Yeah,
like 400-1.
Be big,
something like that.
Yeah.
So Henry, what do you think about the baseball team this weekend?
I think the Hogs are doing good. I think I'll beat the Hogs.
Take the sweep.
Yep.
Where are you going?
2-1. Hogs win the series.
So if you remember last year, Arkansas won both games pretty handily. In the last game, Heston Kersad hit a walk-off.
Or let me throw another monkey wrench in your operation here. There's only 2 games because the weather gets a third.
That's a good point. So the sweep.
I'm going to go Hogs win 2 games.
Okay.
There may not be a third game.
I'll say, I'll go with you, Henry. I think sweep. I think people are just craving just dominance this weekend. So I think that's going to happen this weekend. All right, to recap, we're all going we're all going 4 points. Mississippi State getting 4 points against Arkansas this weekend. We're taking the Bulldogs. We're all taking Baylor -5 against West Virginia in Waco. We're all taking LSU +2 on the road against Tuscaloosa. Tommy's saying Hogs win 2 games. Henry and I both say sweep. Lock it in?
Lock it in.
Pretty good.
Yeah. Hey, if you need a hog pen built, Henry, y'all build hog pens too, right?
Hog pens,
yeah.
absolutely.
You're going to be sitting out in the hog pen this weekend, and you're thinking about a new fence around your backyard, your business, whatever it is. Call Henry and the Fence Man, 479-782-3936. A lot of you out there have called Henry, and Henry's been over for a quick, no-obligations quote. Henry, one of the great things y'all are doing now is 18-month financing. This is same as cash with approved credit, and people can take advantage right now of getting their fence done and make a low monthly payment.
That's right. That's right. Just come talk to us about our in-house financing, and we'll get you set up.
All right, so low monthly payments, 18 months, same as cash with the Fence Man. That's 479-782-3936. You a baseball guy? You get up to many of the games at Baum Stadium?
I can't say that I do.
Well, I'm going to tell you, we got to get you up there this year because you talk about a good time. I think there's a lot of fans that over the last 4 or 5 years, as the success has built, they haven't been to games, but they want to go see what it's all about. They're like you. They're Arkansas fans, but now that they've been there and got it's just so much fun to go.
Yeah, it seems like there's really a lot going on in the baseball team up there.
And if you're looking for tickets and free tickets, I might add.
Yeah,
that's the guy to talk to.
Yeah, got some right here.
So we'll be giving those away in about 20 minits or so. Again, Tommy's got some home plate tickets. Basically, what 8 rows behind home plate?
Section 106, row H.
Okay.
You count that out. That's row 8.
Is that 8? Okay, I don't have time to do the alphabet.
I think we can take him.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah.
You think we can get him?
I'll just give him to you.
Right here in his hand.
Brandon can pin him down. I'll give you the tickets. You run up the door. He won't be able to catch you.
Listen, I'll just make this easy on you. I'll just give them to you.
But those, no, he's exactly right. Henry, these games are fun. And even if you're like, I don't proclaim to be a big baseball fan, and a lot of people that listen are not necessarily baseball isn't the top of their list, but I'd argue it's potentially the best atmosphere on campus.
Oh yeah.
So I
lots
mean,
of positive things going on.
Oh, absolutely. And we were talking. I opened the show with this, Henry, this morning. It's nice as a Razorback, as someone that follows the Razorbacks, like football team, dud, 2-10. Basketball team started out hot. They're reeling a little bit. We'll see what happens on Saturday. But you can solidly know with every bit of ounce in your brain that this team is going to produce this year.
Yeah.
And it's nice to know that like you have something to fall back on as an Arkansas fan with this Arkansas baseball team.
So should be a lot of fun. So let's get a weekend up, and we'll just get out in that hog pen and get after it.
Let's go.
All right. So
lock it in. Lock it in, Tommy.
We'll lock it in. Let's plan it a little bit later in the year, so maybe we'll know that the weather's going to be
70 or above.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
It's going to be a little nippy out there today.
Yeah, kind of like my golf game, 70 or above.
I thought you were going to say below, and I was just like,
no,
shaking
sir.
my head.
No, sir, not at all. So, all right, Henry, good to see you. We'll see you next Friday.
All right, sounds good. See you then.
All right, that's our Fence Man Friday picks here on the Morning Rush, and we do that every Friday. Hey, we're also brought to you by Burton Pools and Spas. Semi-in-ground pools on sale right now. No better way to get the backyard of your dreams. Henry can build you a fence around your new in-ground pool from Burton's. So all you got to do is get Burton's come out, build the pool, then Henry will build the fence around it. Semi-in-ground pools from Burton Pools and Spas, under $10,000. They're in Springdale and in Fort Smith. See them on Zero Street or just off I-49 at the 412 exit in Springdale. $99.97 right now for semi-in-ground pools at Burton Pools and Spas, Springdale, and in Fort Smith. Your source for backyard fun.
Coming up, Scott Tabor, former Arkansas pitcher, joins us on the Morning Rush. Also got Lane Whitman talking horse racing. That's next.
Get in on the fun of the lottery and get a great deal? Just say "Gimme 5" and ask for the $5 bundle from the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery. For $5, you get a $3 Powerball ticket, a $2 Mega Millions ticket, and a free Natural State Jackpot ticket. It's an easy way to play all 3 games and get a shot at life-changing jackpots. Say Gimme 5 for your $5 bundle today. With quick picks only. Offer ends February 29th. Call 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
The 2020 Greater Fort Smith RV, Boat, and Outdoor Show was such a success, we at Crabtree RV want to take this time to say thank you to everyone that supported us this year. We want to continue this unbelievable sale as we celebrate our 70th anniversary in business with RV show pricing on all new and used RVs in stock. Plus, we took in so many trades that we are now overstocked with top quality pre-owned inventory. Stop in today. Crabtree RV in Alma, where your family's dreams come true.
The Toyota Tundra and Tacoma. Load them up and take off on your next epic weekend. Toyota trucks are made to go anywhere and do all the things you love doing. And when your day winds down, one thing is for sure.
Let's come back next weekend.
Absolutely nothing sounds better than an amazing weekend made possible by the virtually indestructible Toyota Tundra and Tacoma.
Qualified buyers can get 0% APR financing for 72 months on a new 2020 Toyota Tundra Special Edition. Toyota, let's go places. Visit buyatoyota.com for details. Offers available in select states and N3-220.
Well, another decade has come and gone, and the year 2020 is here to stay a bit. Why not start another year with a brand new IP phone system from Pinnacle Telecom? And better yet, how about if it cost you nothing on the front end? That's right. To celebrate a new decade, Pinnacle Telecom will waive the installation costs for all cloud-based hosted IP phone systems. Pair this system with Pinnacle's fast fiber internet, and your business is ready for the future. Check us out at pinnacletelecom.com or give us a call today, 479-242-0000.
Have you been looking for your next place to call home and just haven't found the right one? Then it's time to check out the properties at Trinity Multifamily. With a variety of apartments, duplexes, townhomes, and houses, there is surely one to fit your needs. Whether it's in the River Valley, Northwest Arkansas, or Central Arkansas that you are looking at, they have you covered. Give them a call today. Trinity Multifamily, 479-452-1817. That's 479-452-1817. Or online at trinitymultifamily.com to search rental properties near you.
You have work to do. You need a tractor that helps get it done. TYM has the full range of tractors designed to meet the task. With the TYM easy-to-use controls and features, switching from one job to another is easy. And with the full range of models from 19 horsepower to 105 horsepower turbo, there's a TYM tractor that's right for the job and for you. But you can't buy a TYM tractor just anywhere. It's only sold at authorized TYM dealers like Bush Tractor, 7301 South Zero, Fort Smith.
Hi folks, Larry Rath here with a better way to drive at Rath Auto Resources. 2020 is a leap year. That means you get a whole extra day to save up to $2,900 off of retail value on my best Rath Road Ready inventory selection ever. Don't settle for the usual used car. Let my team of non-commissioned solution specialists help you find the Rath Road Ready vehicle that's perfect for you. And you'll get special pricing up to $2,900 below retail value. Waiting on a tax refund? Just bring your W-2 and let us show you how you can start driving better now. If you're planning on keeping your current ride for a while, we can help with your maintenance and repair needs in our Meineke Car Care Center with buy 3, get 1 free on all tires and a basic oil change for only $24.95 every day. It's still a short month, so don't wait. Limber up and leap into a new ride with great savings, killer selection, and the personal service you've come to expect from your friends at Rath Auto Resources. A better way to drive. 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith, or online at rathauto.com.
Requires bank approval. Vehicle purchase price affects trade allowance.
What's wrong, dear?
I'm tire shopping, and nobody knows anything about tires.
Jody'sAuto.com sells tires.
Where we get our vehicles fixed?
And oil changes. And maintenance.
What kind of tires do they sell?
Everything, all major brands. But it's the people.
Well, they've always been great with my truck.
And that's exactly how they are with tires. They know their stuff and can get you great tires at the best prices. Price match guarantee. You can see all the tires on their website, Jody'sAuto.com. Free flat repair and free road hazard.
And how do you know all this?
Because women understand 2 things a whole lot better than men, convenience and trust. Jody'sAuto.com can do everything to my car. One stop, including tires, and I trust them.
That's it, convenience and trust. Best of the best trust. Jody'sAuto.com, 3 locations. 3 oil change specials, 1 stop for tires, service, repairs, maintenance, towing, and fleets. Since 1984, convenience and trust, Jody'sAuto.com.
Oh, stop saying that I'm so hard to shop for. Surely you know where Shamrock is.
That's right. Stop it with the terrible gift ideas, the photo keychains, the ugly ties, another scented candle. Shamrock Liquor Warehouse has their favorite wine, beer, and liquor. Want to make it extra special? Then pick up a gift set. Shamrock has loads to choose from. Just don't be a bad gift giver again this year. Shamrock Liquor Warehouse, 5609 Midland Boulevard. Open 7 a.m. till 11:30 p.m. or later.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
Lots of sunshine with us today. Our high temperatures this afternoon will be right around the low to mid 40s. Mainly clear. It won't be as cold tonight. An overnight low in the mid to upper 20s. Sunshine with us on Saturday. Our high temperatures in the mid to upper 50s. And then Sunday, an increase in the sun. Our high in the lower 60s. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
Rhodes Chevrolet. Find new roads. Van Buren, Arkansas.
You're listening to the Morning Rush live from the Busch Light Studios on ESPN 95.3 KERX Paris Fort Smith.
All right.
Broadcasting live from the Toyota Studios.
You're causing a major disturbance on my time.
If I'm here and you're here, doesn't that make it our time?
On your favorite Arkansas sports talk station. Streaming live from
HitThatLine.com.
There's a lot of lions, tigers, and bears, but there ain't but one razorback. Number one.
This is the Morning Rush.
Borderline erotic.
With Ty Richardson.
Sunshine. That's cool. I can dig it.
And Tommy Kraft.
Do I look happy? What's wrong?
Lloyd!
The Morning Rush starts right now.
So we just received an awesome call on our phone lines, 877-377-6963, that there is a line that has already started forming at Baum Walker Stadium.
For the hog pen?
For the hog pen.
Oh, man,
it's
that's
opening day, baby.
and hang on here. We got to get to Scott Tabor in a minute, but I got to know, what is the temperature outside right now in Fayetteville? 16 degrees is what my phone says. It's sunny and 16 degrees. Now, first pitch is scheduled for 2 o'clock, and it says it'll be 42 at 2 o'clock today, which will be close to the daytime high. 54 Saturday, 58 on Sunday. So hopefully there's no wind today. That will make, but 16, ooh.
Little nippy.
A little bit
chilly.
cold standing in line.
So I got to give those Hog fans their proper due for
Yes.
persevering through the weather day.
Absolutely.
It's a Fast Break Friday, Tommy.
Yeah, brought to you by Harry Robinson Buick GMC, exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith. Only $17,999 for a new Buick Encore. These are the last remaining 19, so you better get these while they last at this price. Just $17,999. 4-year, 50,000-mile bumper-to-bumper warranty. 6-year, 70,000-mile powertrain. When they're gone, they're gone. $17,999. 2019 Buick Encores at Harry Robinson Buick GMC.
Let's welcome in Scott Tabor, former pitcher for the Arkansas Razorbacks on the 1979 College World Series team. Scott, I misspoke earlier. When I said 78, I wasn't, and again, my baseball knowledge is not what it should be to be the host of this program, but I remember talking to you about this a couple months back, that it was pretty good times at Arkansas. Final Four in 78, and then you guys go to the College World Series in 1979.
Yeah, those were good times to be around the program, kind of like right now. You know, all the good vibes in basketball, the good vibes in football coming up, going forward. You know, baseball was kind of setting a precedence of feeling good about your life, and because of the last 2 years going to the World Series.
Absolutely. As a pitcher, Scott, I feel like the first question I got to ask you concerning the Arkansas baseball team is pitching. Do you think Connor Nolan is going to have that Friday night spot locked up all season long, or do you think there's potential that him and Wick split and potentially switch off on that Saturday-Friday spot?
You know, that's always a tricky question. If you look just on paper, our two returning starters, and everybody says, yeah, we have two guys from the starting rotation coming back. Well, both of their ERAs were over 4 last year. You know, that's not fantastic. You want your Friday night guy, your starting rotation guys, to come in and be at least be under 4. And a little, of course, the lower the better. And it doesn't really matter who's the Friday night guy and who's the Saturday guy if they're really, really, really close. And I think both of those guys are really close. On Friday night, if they're facing a guy that's going to be really, really tough, and you know, Wicklander may be better against their left-handed heavy batting order. He may throw him on Friday night because it's a conference game. every conference game counts the exact same, Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. Of course, as fans, we want to know our Friday night guy is going to be a stud. And we've had for the last 2 years the pleasure of getting to watch, Knight and Campbell, and knowing that on Friday it's going to be a lockdown starting pitcher going 6, 7, 8 innings, and just dominating. And it's fun to watch. I think Nolan, just because he is such a competitor, from football, and we all look at him a little different because he was a football player and highly touted coming out of Arkansas. Everybody wants him to be our Friday night guy, and he's got the stuff to do it. I think there's going to be a big jump this year between their freshman and sophomore year, so this should be interesting to watch.
Arkansas is going to play against a pretty high-caliber pitcher in Will Klein, Scott, and this guy throws 95-mile-an-hour
95
fastball.
plus.
Yeah, he's got some speed. He's got some velocity. But if you look back to last year, Arkansas killed these guys with quick fastballs. It was the breaking balls. It was the curve balls. It was the kind of the janky stuff that they had trouble with. Does Klein's game kind of play right into this lineup's hands tonight or today?
Well, that's not just a problem that Arkansas has. There's a misconception about throwing and pitching. A guy throws 95, but does he pitch? And the guys, like you said, the guys we had trouble with are the same guys that everybody has trouble with. The guy who can change speeds and change location and have 2 or 3 different pitches. So where you have to hesitate just a hair, just a second, a fraction of a second, to see, try to figure out what's coming to the plate. You're seeing fastball and it's a slider. Ah, crap. You're seeing fastball and it's a changeup. Ah, crap. And then he throws a fastball right down the middle and you've waited too long. So, especially if the guy's throwing 95 miles an hour, you don't have a lot of time to make a decision and identify a pitch. So that's not just Arkansas. That's everybody who struggles against kids who really, really pitch. And the reason they are tabbed as being a very good pitcher is because nobody hits them. So it should be interesting to see today how they handle this guy.
Got these opening 3 games with Eastern Illinois, Scott, and then you get Gonzaga, and then you go down to Houston, and this is a huge opening baseball event, if you will, in college baseball. That Oklahoma, Texas, Baylor. This is a big weekend of some of the better teams in college baseball, and Arkansas is thought to be a top 10 team to start the year. How important is this weekend in Gonzaga to really figure some things out? We've talked about starting pitching, but going to the bullpen, who you want to bring in first,
right,
how things are going to work out. What are the things Dave Van Horn's trying to make sure he has in order over these first few games before he goes down there? Because I know, we all know how he's wired. He doesn't want to go down there and play Oklahoma on the 28th and get embarrassed because things aren't in order yet, and it could easily happen if you don't have your house in order by the end of the month.
Right. And this weekend and next weekend, like you said, the 2 opening series are very, very important just for that. He's going to try to run a lot of arms out there because you've got a lot of kids that, I'd read that they had some injuries earlier this fall, and a lot of young arms got to throw, and a lot of young players got to throw. That was key. Now, the guys that they're throwing against is our lineup. And so a kid may get out there and just get lit up, but he's got good stuff. And you're going, in high school, the guy was awesome. Well, he's facing our lineup in the fall. So you need to get him out and have him throw against somebody that doesn't know every pitch that they throw and they don't hang out with for dinner, and somebody that you can compete against. And so it'll be very important to get them out and get them, see how they do in front of a bunch of eyes and a bunch of people yelling, and these are very, very important times. And as a player, it's really, really important because you're kind of judged on what you do early and what you do late. Yep. Once you've got to do something to get yourself on the mound, and everybody knows that. So it's a very competitive situation.
Having the situation where you're at with Nolan and Wicklander, some of these guys back, but having Casey Opitz back at catcher, talk about how big that is for this pitching staff and for this team.
Well, I'll tell you, as a pitcher, having a catcher that you trust is one of the most important things that you can have when you're on the same page. And I know they send pitches in, but I think pitcher probably still has the override. And sometime a catcher, I think they probably will give him Opitz the green light to call his own games this year, which makes everything go faster. You don't have to wait, look over at the dugout, get a pitch, look at your wrist, see what pitch it is, and then tell the pitch. Everything goes faster. And rhythm-wise, as a pitcher, you want to throw it, catch it, turn around, get set, throw it, catch it, turn around and get set. And so, and that helps as a pitcher. But having a catcher that is calling what you want to throw, even before you think about what you want to throw. They have a really, really, really good feel for the game. My freshman sophomore year, we had a guy named Ron Reynolds. All-American, played in big leagues for years and years and years. And it was fun. I mean, it was easy. It takes all the thinking out of it. There's no, what should I throw here? I mean, we'd sit in scouting report sessions, and he'd go over to hitters, and I'd look at him, I go, do I need to write this down? He goes, I got it. So, okay, good. It just takes takes that one aspect out of it. So you just have to get up there and throw the baseball.
Talking with Scott Tabor, former Arkansas pitcher on the 1979 College World Series team. Scott, there was a good stat that Andrew Hutchinson of Hogbeat put out that they've hit 269 home runs in the last 3 years. That's second in all of baseball, only behind Tennessee Tech. Looking at this lineup this year, is there any reason to believe this team's not going to bomb some this year as well at the same pace that they have been these last 3 years?
Well, I think our program has gotten to the point where they are tying nutrition, repetition, and their strength program, and they've got it down. They've got it down pat. Exactly what they need to do to get the hitters the core strength and the swing plane and the quickness and opening your hips and doing all that stuff at the same time. And the amount of repetitions they get having that indoor facility and all the great facilities that they have allow the players to do that on a daily basis. And so, I think power numbers. I think our power numbers could be at or above what they were last year. Not just depending on one or two guys to hit the ball out of the park. Because you've already got, you already have the knowns, Kerstedt and Martin that could just bomb the ball. The Webb, I guess Webb they said can really put a charge into it. I know Franklin's got some power.
Mm-hmm.
You've seen them all hit with power, and then you got Goodhart who is not only a great average hitter, but he's shown some pop, and they're all a year older. We have 6 returning position players, and they're all a year older. People discount the fact that they're a year older, a year more mature, and a little bit more big boy muscles. And so it's just the more thousands and thousands of reps you get in, the stronger you're going to be. So it's be really, really exciting to see that.
Scott, you mentioned those renovations. You mentioned those facilities. How do you balance being envious because of what you play, where you played, and then being happy for the guys and what they have to play in now?
We had our 40-year reunion last year, and I know 40-year, can you believe it? We sat around, we looked at that, and thought, how fantastic it would have been to get to play in this atmosphere. But then again, we talked about that, but it would have been a totally different experience for us because we were the ragtag team from Arkansas, and gray football sweats showing up at the World Series. So we were the guys that we snuck up on everybody. Arkansas can't sneak up on anybody. And as we all look around the facilities, we're proud that we were at the very beginning of that, and it got to where it is today because of what we did, what we started, and people started noticing Arkansas baseball, and they started throwing money in the program. And it makes you very, very, very proud as a former player to walk in the stadium and just see the whole experience. The fans, very, very knowledgeable fans, and just everything that they've got. It's just a big wow moment.
Yeah. Talking with Scott Tabor here about the opening day of college baseball here at Arkansas. Talk about some of the freshmen that are coming in. We spoke earlier about Blake Adams, the Springdale Harbor pitcher who's going to be the Sunday starter to begin the season. A lot of conversation this year about Robert Moore, the freshman from Kansas City. A lot of folks have been really excited about what they've seen in the practices leading up to the year. How impactful can a freshman be? We see one in the starting rotation. We know he's going to be in the lineup. What are you expecting from Robert Moore as a freshman this year out in the field for the Razorbacks?
Well, I think from what I've watched, video I've watched, he's just got fantastic hands and quick feet and all the intangibles that you want. He's not intimidated by anything. Now, he hadn't played a game. That's in spring baseball. That's in fall baseball. He hadn't played a game in front of 9,000-10,000 people with the lights on and playing Auburn or whoever we're playing. So you don't know until they actually get there. I don't think there'll be an intimidation because there's a lot of players. Once you get out on the field, everything just kind of goes away, and then it's just baseball. You don't really see past the stripes, and you don't see past the catcher. So it's kind of a wait and see thing. He's got the talent. Van Horn is not going to play a guy just because he's got a cool last name. He's going to play a guy that he thinks will be the best guy for the position. Now, he's going to have to hit because we got a lot of guys who could play second base. We got a lot of guys who could play second base. So it's not necessary just to have him, hitting under the Mendoza line, but he's got a great glove. We got guys with great gloves who'd be hitting 275, 300. that could play the same position. So he's going to have to prove himself. He's going to have to prove himself a little bit. If he goes into a slump, as a freshman, he's going to have to try to hit his way out. He may lose his spot. So you just it's to wait and see. And this is a very, very very important series for him also. So he needs to get out and prove himself a little bit. Apparently he can play.
Yep. Scott, describe the team speed that Dave Van Horn has this year on this roster. They were pretty decent on the base pass last year, good in the outfield. How much team speed do they have this year?
Well, I think Franklin, watching him in the outfield last year, he got some balls in left field. Of course, you had, center field was covered with great speed. Now we had left field covered with great speed. He's gone to center field this year. I think he's going to have a breakout year this year. As a freshman, you're still kind of feeling your way through just playing on talent. And I think this year he probably made a great jump. Got some guys that can run. Martin, who can run. I think they're going to run them a lot and not just depend on home runs, because we were very successful running the bases last year. And when you got a guy on second rather than on first, a lot easier to score them. It's a lot easier to score them. So it'll be great to see if they do, if they kind of unleash the dogs and let them run, and kids like that. They like playing the whole game, and so it's I hope they do run a lot. I really do.
He is Scott Tabor, former Arkansas pitcher on the 1979 College World Series team. Scott, appreciate you always making time for us during baseball season on Fridays. I think it's going to be a good season, man.
So let me ask you this. So at what point during the basketball season does it go from fast break Friday back to fast ball Friday?
I just do what I'm told, Scott. Tommy just says, do this, and I say, okay.
When it's basketball season goes in the tank, let's change that.
When it's not 16 degrees outside, that's when.
I know. I look out and I go, oh, what a beautiful day for baseball.
It's 16 degrees.
My dog walking out with his slobber's all frozen on his face. Game day.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it should be an indoor sport today. That's for sure. Good thing you're playing later in the day. We'll talk to you next Friday.
Yes, sir. All right, brother.
All right, Scott Tabor with us here on the Morning Rush. Brought to you in part by Baxter Regional Care and the all-new Baxter Regional Care app. If you need to see the doctor, but you don't have time to go, or maybe you just don't feel well enough to get up and put your clothes on and go to the doctor, download the Baxter Regional Care app to your phone, tablet, or your computer. The Baxter Regional Care app offers 24-hour medical professionals who can assess, diagnose, and treat your condition, as well as prescribe medication if needed, and the visit is only $69. Now, this app is free in the Apple app or Google Play Store, or visit BaxterRegionalCare.com and get more details. The Baxter Regional Care app, your 24-hour on-demand doctor.
Got to appreciate the fans, and we haven't gotten a picture yet. If you have a picture for us by Baum Walker Stadium of the fans that are lining up, standing outside, send it to our Facebook at Hit That Line or on Twitter at Hit That Line AR so we can put it out on our social media. We'll make sure to give you credit for it. But I think, Tommy, that goes to show you people are just ready, man. Regardless of the weather, regardless of the temp, regardless of the stuff going on outside, and even though the game doesn't start till 2 o'clock.
Yeah, well, Baum Walker Stadium, and we're still all going to have to get used together to saying Baum Walker. It's just a special place, and the Hog Pen is a special atmosphere. And there's other places, Duty Noble in Starkville. There's some other places that have some raucous outfield places, but so does Arkansas. And Arkansas was one of the original ones. And there's a culture out there. There's a community out there. There's people that might be the only time they see each other all year is in the Hog Pen. And that's what makes that place. It's not just going out there and having a secret beer in a red Solo cup. It's about the people that are out there. Cup. Yeah. I mean, it's about a lot more than that. And I'll be interested to see, does the culture change? Does the atmosphere and the mood change a little bit out there? I don't think it will, just because you can now legally buy beer in the stadium. It's always fun to do something you're not supposed to be doing.
I'd argue it's going to get better.
Even though it was wink, wink, nudge, nudge, we're not going to look in your cooler, keep it in a double secret cup. It was still something you were doing, something you weren't supposed to be doing. That's always more fun. Well, now it's kind of legal. So, I don't know. Does that change the factor? They're going to let you bring your own in. I think the Hog Pen's still going to be great, and that's why people are lined up in 16-degree weather this morning to get in that thing.
All right, so let me tell you a story from last year. I've told Phil this story. I've told it on the show on halftime, but I haven't told you yet. So last season, I'm sitting with my brother, one of his good buddies from high school and good buddies in college, and we're out there. And he is enamored with what goes on at Swayze Field after a home run. Beer shower. You ever seen that at Ole Miss when they throw it everywhere?
Yeah.
And so he wanted to get that started. And he did not notice that we happened to be sitting in front of some college girls at the time. And he decides, Tommy, that after him and his buddy, they score a home run, they throw their beers up in the air. Where does it land, Tommy? The people in front of us.
Mm-hmm.
And I did not do, and
good way to get a escorted exit from the park.
And that ended up happening. I didn't get escorted, but the girl thought I did it. And I was just in there watching the game excited because I think Heston just hit a bomb. And she turns around, takes her entire full beer, throws it in my face. And I'm just sitting there like, I didn't do anything.
You
like,
didn't open your mouth fast enough, did you?
And I'm just sitting here like petrified. I was like, I cannot believe that just happened. She apologized to me after, said I was sorry, whatever.
Get her number?
No.
Did you ask for a number?
No, she's kind of. I mean, you get a beer thrown in your face. I feel like that's. I
think she owed you dinner at least. You know.
The end all be all to that conversation. But yeah, that's. I'm excited about that. I don't think beer
she had
shower.
some spunk.
Yeah, I don't think beer showers are going to be happening in Baum Stadium anytime soon. But it's always good to be out there in the hog pen, and it's hard to get a grill out there. You ever tried to smoke or cook anything? Not really smoke, but you ever try to cook it? It's hard, man. I mean, it's like vultures all around the grill. Like when it opens up, there's someone on it with a hot dog or whatever.
Used to have my, it's called a fire and ice grill. It was an ice chest with a portable grill on top of it, a little propane grill. And we dragged that thing into the hog pen years ago. It worked out great.
Are you going today?
No, I'm not going today.
You going this weekend?
I've given all my tickets away. So I don't think I'm.
You're a man of many means.
I
think
probably
you could probably
go. I don't think I'm going to go this weekend.
Okay, I'm gonna make sure everything goes okay around here, and then I'm gonna get up there.
I tell you what, if you can get by our studios, we'll take the fourth caller, and we got 2 tickets in section 106 that we'll give you for today's opening game. 877-377-6963. Giving back to the people here today on the Morning Rush. 2 tickets for opening day. Great seats behind home plate. 877-377-6963. Caller 4 wins the tickets. You got to pick them up here at the studio to go to the game today. We're brought to you by the Kevin Hickey Law Partners. Going through divorce or a child custody issue, DHS, or a criminal matter, it can hit you hard at a hard time in your life. You need someone that's aggressive and fighting for you from your corner. Kevin's seen it all, dealt with it all. Angry spouses with false accusations, bad custody battles, DHS not giving you the whole story. You name it, Kevin's seen it. He can take care of it. That's Kevin Hickey. Call him today at 479-434-2414 in the River Valley. In Northwest Arkansas, 479-802-6560. Or get those numbers online at kevinhickeylaw.com.
Clay Henry just texted me and said, I should have written a poem for the beer girl. And if you missed Clay's Valentine's advice yesterday, it's on our podcast. More Morning Rush coming up.
This is Fast Break Friday. Presented by Harry Robinson Buick GMC in Fort Smith.
Enjoy quality time while keeping cool when the temperatures get hot with a semi-in-ground pool. Only from Burton Pools and Spas. Burton Pools and Spas has the perfect solution for buying a pool without breaking the bank. Semi-in-ground pools start at only $99.97. Stop by Burton's and find out more about semi-in-ground pools. Start building the backyard of your dreams with a semi-in-ground pool starting at under $10,000. Burton Pools and Spas in Springdale and in Fort Smith. Burton Pools and Spas, your source for backyard fun.
Breeden RV is giving away $25,000. That's right, $25,000. We're giving away $1,000 to the first 25 sold customers from February 10th through February 29th. Come see the area's best selection of motorhomes, fifth wheels, travel trailers, and get RV show pricing as well as free maintenance for life. We need your trade, so we'll pay top dollar, or we can even sell it on consignment. Get the best campers, free maintenance for life, and your share of $25,000 only at Breeden RV, 5603 Alma Highway in Van Buren, where your adventures begin.
The 2020 GMC Sierras are here. Save up to $14,000 off at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The 2020 GMC Sierra Crew Cab has the best in-class head and leg room. And with $14,000 off, it's as low as $34,745. And 2019 Buick Encores, the hottest selling Buick model, only $17,999. Sweetheart deals on GMC Sierras and Buick Encores at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
I'm Kevin Holmes, candidate for prosecuting attorney. I'm proud to be from Crawford County. I'm proud of the work I have done and will continue to do to make Crawford County a better place for my family and yours. As prosecuting attorney, I'll seek the maximum penalty for child predators, put drug dealers behind bars, and will work with our state and local law enforcement to keep our communities safe. I would appreciate your support, but more importantly, I'm asking for your vote on March the 3rd.
Political ad paid for by Kevin Holmes for prosecuting attorney. World-class trout fishing is the star of the show at Gaston's White River Resort, where a few days away from all the worries and stress will make all right in your world. Gaston's has friendly, experienced guides to help you land your limit. Enjoy your stay at Gaston's in one of their private cottages or reserve a lodge for up to 20 people. Call now and let Gaston's help you plan your next getaway on the White River. 870-431-5202. That's 870-431-5202. Or learn more at Gastons.com. Gaston's, a first-class time, every time.
New merchandise is arriving daily at the Golf Nut in Fort Smith. Tailor-made sim drivers, fairway woods, hybrids, and irons are now in stock, along with the new Cobra Golf Speed Zone line of clubs. Come see the great selection of the new Volvic Vivid golf balls or the new Titleist AVX, Toursoft, and Velocity golf balls. Keep your game sharp, no matter what the weather is doing outside on the TrackMan Simulator. The world's top players trust TrackMan when it comes to data accuracy, and you can too. Check out the Golf Nut on Facebook for daily specials. The Golf Nut, Fort Smith's #1 golf shop since 1994.
Did you invest in real estate only to find out that real estate takes up too much of your time? If you answered yes, then it's time to make a call to the experts. With more than 30 years of combined property management experience and more than 16,000 units managed, Trinity Multifamily are the ones to call. Get your life back. Call Trinity Multifamily at 479-452-1817 or online at trinitymultifamily.com. Trinity Multifamily, your teammate in the real estate game.
Attention Arkansas Valley Electric Cooperative members. Do you need a better internet provider? One who treats you like a member and not a number? Then check out our new fiber internet services from Wave Rural Connect. We are bringing state-of-the-art, high-speed fiber, internet, TV, and phone services right into your home. If you are an Arkansas Valley Electric Cooperative member, go to waveruralconnect.com to sign up. That's waveruralconnect.com or call 1-833-4WAVE-RC. Arkansas Valley Electric Cooperative and Wave Rural Connect, changing the communities we serve.
New Bud Light Seltzer, huh?
Yep.
And it tastes like a hard seltzer, not a beer?
Yep.
So it's light and refreshing?
Yep.
With a hint of fruit flavor?
Yep.
And 100 calories?
Yep.
You said this is Bud Light Seltzer?
Yep.
Well, I need to try it.
Yep.
Oh, that tastes great.
Yep.
Now, wait, are you just yupping me?
Nope.
Bud Light Seltzer, unquestionably good. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Seltzer, IRC Beers, beer in Texas, St. Louis, Missouri.
The 2020 GMC Sierras are here. Save up to $14,000 off at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The 2020 GMC Sierra Crew Cab has the best in-class head and leg room. And with $14,000 off, it's as low as $34,745. And 2019 Buick Encores, the hottest selling Buick model, only $17,999. Sweetheart deals on GMC Sierras and Buick Encores at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
Have you ever dipped a grilled cheese sandwich into tomato soup? This is Scott from Calico County, and right now we are offering you the chance to do just that at a special price. You can now have our own house-made tomato soup paired with one of our 4 different grilled cheese sandwiches. Doesn't that sound good? And Calico County is introducing convenient pickup service using online ordering with the Chow Now app or at our website, calicocounty.net. So roll on into Calico County, just off Rogers Avenue behind Randall Ford.
ESPN 95.3. The Morning Rush with Ty Richardson and Tommy Kraft.
Chuck, Porterhouse, Ribeye, I know exactly how you guys are feeling. In fact, I can think of only one thing that could lift my spirits right now. Beer.
Video streaming live on Facebook, Periscope, and YouTube.
Welcome back into the Morning Rush. 877-377-6963 is the number to call. And we got Lang Whitman coming up in just a sec, and we're going to be talking Oaklawn. What's going on in Oaklawn this weekend,
Another
Tommy?
big weekend at Oaklawn. President's Day racing coming up on Monday, February 17th. So going to be a good long weekend of racing. We'll talk to Lang about that. If you're not a Oaklawn Anywhere app, if you don't have that on your phone, don't have the Oaklawn Anywhere app, you need to get that and download it for this weekend. New members get a $150 sign-up bonus right now. Just use the promo code RUSH20 when you sign up. So Morning Rush listeners get an extra $150. RUSH20 for the promo code when you sign up right now. You can also watch and wager on any track with your smartphone, tablet, personal computer, earn points for cash back for every dollar wagered. And the great thing about having the app, you don't need to buy the program. You get past performances, you get access to great handicapping selections, and a whole lot right there on the Oaklawn Anywhere app. So it makes it a lot easier when you go to the races. You're not rushing to the window, and you can watch and wager from anywhere as long as you have the app on your phone. Rush20 is the promo code for a free $150 sign-up bonus when you sign up now with the Oaklawn Anywhere app.
Let's go to the phones. Lane Whitman joins us now. This segment is presented by Calico County and 10 Strike Racing. Lane, thanks again always for joining us, man. It's a big weekend down in Oaklawn.
It's a big weekend everywhere. I mean, you have Valentine's Day today. We got the Razorbacks baseball with the opening day, Razorback basketball at home tomorrow, and a big weekend in Hot Springs.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. I know Monday's kind of the focus because you got the President's Day card, but there's some big stuff between now and then with Saturday featuring the $125,000 Dixie Bell and, of course, the $750,000 Southwest coming up. There's just a lot going on coming up at Oaklawn.
It's a big weekend. There's like 5 big weekends to me at Oaklawn, and this is one of them. Saturday, you have the $125,000 Dixie Bell for 3-year-old fillies running 6 furlongs. It's a short field of 5 led by Specialty from trainer Mark Cassie and Wasabi Girl from veteran Oaklawn trainer Steve Asmussen. Short field there. It looks like it's going to be between those two down the stretch. And then we jump all the way to Monday. You have the $500,000 Razorback handicap as an undercard race. Not often do you see a $500,000 race as an undercard outside of one of the Triple Crown days, but that's what you have Monday at Oaklawn, which this race is a stepping stone to the Oaklawn handicap later in the meet. And I think this race is featuring 2 horses, Math Wizard, who won a Grade 1 race, the Pennsylvania Derby last year as a 3-year-old, and Warrior's Charge from the barn of Brad Cox, who was 4th in the Preakness last year, only lost by 2 lengths, and his 3 of his last 4 starts, his only loss being that Preakness race.
Yeah, Warrior's Charge is a horse that surprised a lot of people and led that Preakness for a long time right into the start of the home stretch.
Yeah, Warriors Charge had a tune-up race a few weeks ago down at the fairgrounds and won that, comes into this race with a series of good works. And I think it's going to be between those 2 in the stretch, but there are several other horses that can get to the winner's circle. We jump to the feature race Monday, the $750,000 Southwest Stakes, the second step on the Oaklawn Park Trail to the Arkansas Derby, and ultimately to the Triple Crown. This race has points toward the Kentucky Derby, 10 points to the winner, 4, 2, and 1 for second, third, and fourth. And this race to me looks like it's going to set up between trainer Todd Pletcher, who's never short on Kentucky Derby contenders, brings a horse called Chase Tracker up from Gulfstream in South Florida to face probably 7 other horses that have been training locally, led by Steve Asmussen once again, as he will send out the first, third, and fourth finishers from the Smarty Jones Stakes on opening weekend in Gold Street, Shoplifted, and Silver Prospector. So I think it's going to be a field of 8. We'll figure out later on today, how many exactly are running the race, but there's 4 legitimate contenders in this $750,000 race.
Not having all the pre-race information yet, the post and all that, do you have a 1, 2, 3 kind of picked out in your mind, not knowing everything quite yet?
I think this race, I think Shoplifted will be the best horse from Asmussen, and I think Chase Tracker, it seems like when Pletcher brings horses to Oaklawn up from South Florida, those horses just have a little more juice in them than the normal horses that are on the grounds at Oaklawn. When trainers bring them from all over the country, it seems like Baffert from the West Coast, it seems like they're always just maybe a slight cut above the local horses. I don't think it's a given that Chase Tracker is going to win this race because he's stepping up in class and he's got to prove himself. So we'll see what happens there. I think Shoplifted might be the best of the 3 from the Asmussen barn.
All right, taking a look at your picks through 90 races, 10 best bets. You've won 2, placed twice, so you're off to a good start. What's your best bet on today's card on a Friday?
I am stepping into the 5th race today at Oaklawn Park, and there's a big favorite in this race, 9-5. Horse number 11, Tempted Fate. But I'm going to go against that horse today. He has some things going against him that I really don't like, and I'm going to go with number 4, Heritage Park, with a 4-1 morning line as my best bet to upset that favorite. The 4, Heritage Park, takes a drop in class. The favorite moves up in class today. The 4 also is a more mature horse as he's a 4-year-old. The favorite is only a 3-year-old, so the 4-year-old is more seasoned for this spot. Maybe the 11 is just too good for the rest of this field, and he runs away and hides from the field. But he's going to have to show me at short odds. I'm going to take 4 or 5 to 1 on horse number 4, Heritage Park, as my best bet of the day to upset that favorite.
All right, everybody can find your picks online at the Railbird 333, right?
That is correct, either Facebook or Twitter. Give me a follow on there and get in touch with me, and we can get set up for this big weekend.
All right, Lane, we'll talk to you next week.
Sounds good.
All right, this segment brought to you by Calico County and by 10 Strike Racing. Stop in Calico County right now and check out all their specials, and also order on the Chow Now app. That makes it easier than ever to use their pickup service where you can call ahead or go online at calicocounty.net and order ahead or use the Chow Now app. And don't forget the Waiter app to have it brought to you as well. Calico County for breakfast, lunch, dinner, or catering. It's Calico County, just off Rogers Avenue behind Randall Ford, and online at calicocounty.net.
Me and Scott chatted a little earlier this week working out. Coming up, what's your walk-up song? Tommy, what's yours? That's next.
This is Fast Break Friday, presented by Harry Robinson Buick GMC in Fort Smith.
Your fence is more than a decoration. It's a reflection of its owner. Choosing a fence company should be done with integrity and quality in mind. The Fence Man has been providing fencing and security solutions for over 40 years. An in-house custom iron and gate department, plus an access control department. The Fence Man offers services other companies aren't equipped to do. The Fence Man, fencing and security solutions to protect what matters most. 479-782-3936 or online at thefencemancompany.com, a division of Quantum Property Services.
The Toyota Tundra and Tacoma. Load them up and take off on your next epic weekend. Toyota trucks are made to go anywhere and do all the things you love doing. And when your day winds down, one thing is for sure.
Let's come back next weekend.
Absolutely nothing sounds better than an amazing weekend made possible by the virtually indestructible Toyota Tundra and Tacoma.
Qualified buyers can get 0% APR financing for 72 months on a new 2020 Toyota Tundra Special Edition. Toyota, let's go places. Visit buyatoyota.com for details. Offers available in select states and N3-220.
Hey there, this is Travis Tollett from Williams Tractor. New Holland Dealer Days are back. Williams Tractor is opening their doors to help you tackle the season ahead. Special preseason savings are available, featuring 0% financing and cashback offers on select New Holland hay tools, tractors, and material handling equipment. Thinking about trading in? New Holland Dealer Days is the time. Stop by Williams Tractor in Fayetteville, Berryville, or Bobcat in Northwest Arkansas today to learn about all the preseason savings going on.
For commercial use only, customer participation subject to credit qualification and CNH Industrial Capital America LLC approval. Standard terms, conditions, and other restrictions apply. Down payment may be required.
Wave Rural Connect is bringing state-of-the-art fiber, internet, TV, and phone services right into your home. Get amazing fast fiber internet, 100 megabits for only $49.95 per month, or 1 gigabit for only $79.95 per month. TV packages from the basics to our amazing altered TV, starting at $32.95. Fiber phone services start at $29.95. Go to waveruralconnect.com to find out if we are installing in your area, or call 1-833-4-WAVE-RC. Arkansas Valley Electric Cooperative and Wave Rural Connect, changing the communities we serve.
Celebrate the Pockets Full of Presidents event with Rhodes Chevrolet. Find monumental savings on new 19 Chevy Blazer front-wheel drive RS models, now $6,000 off MSRP. Or new 20 Chevy Silverado 1500 Crew Cab Customs, now $36,499 at Rhodes Chevrolet. Conveniently located at Exit 2A off I-540 in Van Buren or RhodesChevy.com. Chevy, find new roads. With approved credit plus tax, title, license, and dealer fees, not all qualify. See dealer for details. Ends 3/2/20.
Breeden RV is giving away $25,000. That's right, $25,000. We're giving away $1,000 to the first 25 sold customers from February 10th through February 29th. Come see the area's best selection of motorhomes, fifth wheels, travel trailers, and get RV show pricing as well as free maintenance for life. We need your trade, so we'll pay top dollar, or we can even sell it on consignment. Get the best campers, free maintenance for life, and your share of $25,000 only at Breeden RV, 5603 Alma Highway in Van Buren, where your adventures begin.
The Toyota Tundra and Tacoma. Load them up and take off on your next epic weekend. Toyota trucks are made to go anywhere and do all the things you love doing. And when your day winds down, one thing is for sure.
Let's come back next weekend.
Absolutely nothing sounds better than an amazing weekend made possible by the virtually indestructible Toyota Tundra and Tacoma.
Qualified buyers can get 0% APR financing for 72 months on a new 2020 Toyota Tundra Special Edition. Toyota, let's go places. Visit buyatoyota.com for details. Offers available in select states and N3-220.
Oh, stop saying that I'm so hard to shop for. Surely you know where Shamrock is.
That's right. Stop it with the terrible gift ideas, the photo keychains, the ugly ties, another scented candle. Shamrock Liquor Warehouse has their favorite wine, beer, and liquor. Want to make it extra special? Then pick up a gift set. Shamrock has loads to choose from. Just don't be a bad gift giver again this year. Shamrock Liquor Warehouse, 5609 Midland Boulevard. Open 7 a.m. till 11:30 p.m. or later.
Tire. Yes, tires.
Jodys Tire.
No, it's jodysauto.com.
I thought you said they sold tires.
Yes, Jody sells tires. The best brands at the best prices.
Doesn't say tire in their name.
Doesn't say they do brakes and alignments and oil changes either.
So, jodysauto.com sells tires.
Price match guarantee.
So let's see what they have.
Okay, go to jodysauto.com and click on Shop for Tires and get a quote. You can even get financing.
Free flat repair?
And free road hazard.
Wow.
Best tire brands and prices, sure, but these folks know tires. And jodysauto.com has a lot more to offer. 3 locations and one-stop service. Total convenience. One stop for oil changes, repairs, maintenance, tires, towing, and fleets. Voted best of the best because they take care of their customers. Since 1984, convenience and trust. jodysauto.com.
Have you ever dipped a grilled cheese sandwich into tomato soup? This is Scott from Calico County, and right now we are offering you the chance to do just that at a special price. You can now have our own house-made tomato soup paired with one of our 4 different grilled cheese sandwiches. Doesn't that sound good? And Calico County is introducing convenient pickup service using online ordering with the Chow Now app or at our website, calicocounty.net. So roll on into Calico County, just off Rogers Avenue behind Randall Ford.
ESPN 95.3. The Morning Rush with Ty Richardson and Tommy Crabb.
Well, you can do what you want to us, but we're not going to sit here and listen to you badmouth the United States of America. Gentlemen!
Just say, Alexa, play ESPN Arkansas.
ESPN Arkansas from TuneIn.
Welcome back into the Morning Rush. 877-377-6963 is the number to call or text in. Let's go to the phone lines. Larry Rath of Rath Auto Resources is with us now. Larry, good morning. How are you?
Doing great. Hope you guys are having a great Friday. Looking forward to a big weekend over here at Rath Auto Resources. You know, we've stocked up for this time of year. We've got a huge inventory of Rath Road Ready premium pre-owned cars, trucks, SUVs, luxury vehicles, sports cars. We've got them all, folks. We've got one that's just right for you and your family. And our friendly non-commissioned solution specialists, that's what they're here for, to help you find just that right car, make sure you're happy with the price and payment, and get you driving home happy in that nicer, newer car from Rath Auto Resources with terrific service after the sale in the Meineke Car Care Center. That's our secret weapon. That's how we take care of our customers. It's also how we meet a lot of our new customers. The Meineke Car Care Center, $24.95 basic oil change every day. Buy 3, get 1 free on all tires and 50% off brakes right now. So a great time to save back there as well. Folks, come and see us this weekend. Get that nicer, newer car you've been waiting on and have a good time doing it. At Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, we're at 4515 Towson Avenue here in Fort Smith, the corner of Don Tyson and 71B in Springdale, or you can check us out online at rathauto.com.
All right, that's Rath Auto Resources, Fort Smith and in Springdale. Larry, have a great weekend.
Have a good one, guys, and folks, come and see us.
So Phil was telling me yesterday that he read the script for the Arkansas baseball team. He knew it was going towards a video, and you've seen a bunch. So LSU's done a tremendous job with their video department of hype videos. Well, this is the hype video for Arkansas baseball.
This is more than just a field. This is a proving ground for All-Americans, Golden Spikes winners, and first-round picks. This is where Cy Young winners, Silver Sluggers, and world champions hone their craft. This is the birthplace of 10 College World Series appearances. This is the best college ballpark in America. This is Baum Walker Stadium. This is prime time. This is baseball.
Great job by the Arkansas video department in that video. And you love hearing Phil Elson, not only the voice of Razorback Baseball, but co-host and host of Halftime here on ESPN Arkansas. And Phil's voice is about as good as it gets when it comes to baseball, man.
That has to be played. I'm sure that's going to be played right as the team gets ready to
I hope
take
so.
the field. I mean, that's the perfect place to have that in your rundown, if you will. So,
and I think
get the crowd just stoked right before first pitch.
Absolutely. You remember before the Kentucky game, the Bobby Portis hype video that they had? And this was actually interesting. Brian Bennett, the Athletic, commented and actually wrote a story on this earlier when he was kind of monitoring and watching how Arkansas basketball goes about their business and just leading up to that Kentucky game. And he heard Musselman say, I like those LSU videos, and they found a Razorback, obviously Bobby Portis, one of the best Razorback basketball players to ever come through the program, and they got him to voice that video. I just am a big fan of those slow build-ups and then the highlights on top of that. And Phil's voice is just perfect for Arkansas baseball and the hype heading into Baum-Walker Stadium, Tommy.
Chuck did such a great job for decades in that role. It was going to be hard for anyone to fill that slot and have success.
How long did he do that?
Well, he did it from 90 when they entered the SEC in 92 till 2014 was his final season. So I think it was 23 years, something like that.
I didn't know it was that long.
Yeah, it was a long time.
Okay.
And Chuck could do, I think both of these guys could do Major League Baseball. They're that good.
Mm-hmm.
And Arkansas has been very fortunate to have two high-quality announcers over its time in the SEC. And really that has been, I think, a key component to the growth of the popularity of Arkansas baseball.
Mm-hmm.
And we talk about the Brady Toops and the Grand Slam. How many thousands and tens of thousands of times has that clip been played over and over and over? And those radio calls from Chuck and the growth of the baseball network and people listening around the state has, I think, contributed to the popularity of the sport as much as any other component next to winning.
Mm-hmm. Chris in Bentonville texted in that he and his family are already on the way to Baum-Walker Stadium as we speak. And if you want to call or text in, 877-377-6963 is our number. The walk-up sounds have also been released. The sounds of Baum, if you will. And these are put out every year for the Arkansas baseball team. And it's interesting the dynamic between hip-hop, country, some throwbacks, some up-and-comings. Have you got a chance to look at this list by chance?
No, I have not.
Okay, so I'm gonna play a few for you. I'll start with Robert Moore, the young freshman. He's got Hustle and Motivate by Nipsey Hussle.
Pull up in motorcades. I got a show today.
All right, and then I'll go to one that I think
I don't know how well that's going to resonate with a lot of the fans over 40.
I think this will be something you more like. This is Casey Martin. This is Riley Green's Man Like Me.
I've got red blood in my veins. My mama's prayers and daddy's last name.
A little more country feel.
You like that? A little more?
A little more country feel to that. I think that'll resonate better with the Arkansas crowd.
Cole Austin's got Brantley Gilbert coming in.
All right.
Country must be countrywide. In every state, there's a station playing Cash, Hank, Willie, and Waylon. Foreign cars and four-wheel drive.
This is Heston Kerstad's.
Yeah. Hey.
All right, Tommy, we're gonna
get to it. Got to get to it a little faster than that, right?
Yeah, we're gonna play a game. It's called "Can Tommy Graff name this hip hop artist?"
Oh, gun to head, not a chance.
This is Curtis Washington.
On my mama, on my hood, I look fly, hey, I look good.
Gun to head, I'd just be a goner, you know.
Christian Franklin.
It may not mean nothing to y'all.
You should know this.
Understand nothing.
This is like might be the.
I've heard this.
Okay.
This is familiar.
I won't forever mine, ever mine, ever mine.
I can throw out a name and I'll be wrong.
Throw out let's see what you say. I'll throw out a name.
I don't know.
Okay. Marshall Didden.
Nope, I'd have been wrong.
No, sorry. That was Drake.
Oh.
This is Marshall Dean, the pitcher.
Oh, okay. So Marshall Dean's a player,
Yeah.
isn't he?
It's in hip-hop.
Well, it's like some classic rock or something.
Yeah.
It's actually something good.
You know this one?
A little long for a walk-up song, isn't it? I mean, as far as don't you normally get to the words a little faster?
I think they're about 15 seconds.
Of course, you want to have if you're John Williams does the PA, you want to have a little room there to announce the name. Now batting
For whoever. Yeah, for Arkansas, whoever.
Yeah.
All right, what about this one? I think you might be able to get this.
I know the song, but I mean, again, I'm an old white guy. I don't. Oh yeah, everybody knows this song.
Okay. I figure you know this.
Yeah.
Who's this?
I can't tell you who it is.
But you know you know the
Brass
song.
Monkey, right?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
You got it. See?
Yeah.
There's one.
Who is the artist? I don't know.
Beastie Boys.
Okay. My wife would be shaming me now for not knowing that. She's a big Beastie Boys fan. So you hadn't played one George Strait song yet. Not one.
I don't think there's a George Strait in here.
Are we going to go through every walk-up song?
No, I just wanted to play the last one. Or I'll do one more. And I think you can get this
Get to the good ones.
All right. What about this one? There's not a lot of country on here. I'm trying to
There's
find
none.
You know this one?
Well, let it breathe. No, I don't know that one.
This is Rage Against the Machine.
Sounds like something my wife likes.
Yeah. This is the one time where you're kind of at a disadvantage when it comes to the show in terms of just like because it's younger guys.
Yeah.
And it's doing like that. But that is those are walk-up songs again. If you want to listen to all of them, they are on Sounds of Bomb /20. Well, it's ArkansasRazorbacks.com/Sounds of Bomb or 2020. So that brings up the question.
Yeah.
What would your walk-up song be if you had one? You had the option to do one.
Well, there's some. Would you go with some? For me, I would either go with some Stapleton or some George Strait would be good. But I think the best walk-up song you could have, the best sound, because you only get 15 seconds or whatever, 10, 12 seconds there. I'm going to go old school. Give me Johnny Cash, Ring of Fire.
That's on there, and I forget whose it was.
I mean,
I don't have time to pull it back.
Give me them
up.
trumpets. Yeah, that'd be the way I'd go.
I forget
Johnny Cash.
Johnny Cash is on there. I don't know if it's that specific song, but I do remember seeing him on the Sounds of Bomb page for one of the players coming in.
Yeah, Ring of Fire.
Mine would probably be My Own Worst Enemy by Lit. I have that here for us. We'll play a little bit just out like sun's coming in. Probably come in a little hot, and then it'll get a few words. So that's what mine would probably be. Is My Own Worst Enemy by Lit.
Well,
Do you remember?
Now we all know.
Yeah. Do you remember the SEC Media Days karaoke that me and John did?
Yes, I remember seeing the video. I was not there for it.
Do you remember how we did? Me and
surprised you remember it based on.
I remember it.
Looking at your state of mind.
Me and Chris Gordy did Sugar. We're Going Down Swinging. I've already talked to Phil. If Phil and I go down to Media Days in Atlanta this year, me and him are going to sing that. My Own Worst Enemy. So
might be a reason for you not to go then.
Hey, listen. I got to respond. I got to redeem myself after last year's poor performance in karaoke. Not that I have a singing voice, but I just need to put together a better all-around performance today. So, a lot going on this weekend. Again, Arkansas.
Fun weekend.
Yeah, fun weekend. Arkansas basketball got airtime here at 11:30 tomorrow. The tip is set for 12 o'clock. Then we'll bleed right in to Arkansas baseball tomorrow. Arkansas baseball today. For those who haven't heard, there is a time change. Originally, the game was slated to start at 3. It's now going to start at 2. That means airtime here on ESPN Arkansas is at 1:30.
Temperature's supposed to be 43 degrees at 2 o'clock in Fayetteville, holding the low to mid-40s throughout the afternoon with sunny skies. So if you have one of those seats on the third base side, you're going to be in the sun field today. And should be for a nice weekend. 55 for the high on Saturday and 60 on Sunday is the forecasted high. Should be good weekend weather and should get all three of them in without any problem this weekend. But it's a cold start 19 degrees as they're already lined up for the hog pen right now at Baum Walker Stadium.
Gotta love the fans. For Tommy Crafts, I'm Ty Richardson. This has been the Morning Rush. Don't spend life sitting on your hands. We'll talk Monday.